You've been working the last 2-3 years on a large project, right?
The reason that I built it in the first place, when I first started flipping, I was buying all my deals off the MLS.
His success came when he focused on one thing.
If I put 100% of my focus into one thing, I will probably yield more than putting 10% of my effort into 10 things.
Dude, there's that thing about the quick money.
90% of my effort and energy building software, that it does make money. It doesn't make enough money to live, man.
Those who pay attention. That's a good one.
I can 1,000,000% confirm that it is easier.
5 people you need in your life. So it's a coach, mentor, bruiser, cheerleader, and a softie.
If you're watching or listening to this, what are you doing with your life?
What's yours, man?
Nah, man, we're about to drop some fire.
So first off, I want to say thank you for giving me the space and the opportunity to start chasing my little pipe dream of starting a podcast.
Dude,
You know
you're
what I
doing
mean?
fantastic.
Where most told me I was an idiot, you were like, hell yeah, it sounds like a great idea, and you can use my fucking studio whenever you want. So
Absolutely, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
What's it been like since you started?
Dude, you know what? It's been good. Yeah, I think I came into it, at the right time and just with the right attitude towards it, of like not having crazy expectations of what I was trying to achieve by it and just kind of going with the flow. And it seems like we're giving the people what they want.
Giving the people what they want, bro. I love it. I love it. Nah, dude, that's the coolest thing. I tell people all the time with the podcast, it's like, it's the best thing in the world. You get to sit down and talk with people about cool things, get to hear their story, which a lot of times, even when you sit down with somebody that you do know, when you do it in a setting like this, where it's like, yo, we're trying to go deep into a topic of whatever it is, you get into a deeper conversation than you ever would with somebody that you might have known for years. Like, it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, with every person I've had on so far, and most I've had previous, we've known each other for a while, relationships. They've wowed me with parts of their story that I was like, holy shit, bro. I never knew that.
Yep.
And then it's cool that other people get to hear it too. You know what I mean? And learn from their experiences.
So cool, bro.
But,
so cool. How many episodes in are you now?
This is episode 8.
8.
So we're almost out of that.
I love
the
it.
strike zone of failure. I think it's like they say most don't make it past episode 10. Mm-hmm. So.
You sure you're not moving the bar up? I feel like you told me that stat recently, but it was 6 or 7.
Well, 7
You're pushing it out now.
7's the number. I think 50's like the actual. You'll be around like 90% don't make it to 50 or something like that.
Okay. 50's a lot. 50's a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's basically one a week for a year, minus holidays.
Yep.
If you look at it that way.
Consistency, man. Consistency.
Now, what are you on? What's the revamp?
I think it's like 70 or something. But I started it probably 2 years ago or more, and probably more, and I wasn't consistent, right? It's like, we talked about this. Sometimes you'll be in a good groove and everything, and you'll do 2 episodes in a week or something, and then sometimes just scheduling conflicts or whatever, right? Like trying to, especially with, you're interviewing a lot of entrepreneurial people as well. It's like, dude, it's like herding cats with us, you know? It's like scheduling stuff is hard.
It's enough herding cats, like trying to get my own schedule.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly right.
This we were supposed to do on Tuesday.
That's right.
I thank you for pivoting with me on that.
Of course.
I was like sick, and I actually literally did get sick. I got hit with the good old fashioned 24-hour stomach bug. I was dying.
Well, there's nothing better for a stomach bug
And a couple cigars.
than cigars and
some booze.
Booze and maybe some pickles.
Of course, Jerry's Pickle.
I love it.
Jerry's Pickles, nothing better for the common bug
Yeah.
than Jerry's Pickles. And you can get them on
Pickles.
Instagram at Jerry's Pickles. I think he's doing, actually just did the last round of orders for Christmas, but you can definitely get in with them for the New Year, so definitely check them out. Have you tried them yet?
I have not, man. I have not. Should I do it? Should I do it right now?
Good, yeah, if you
Try a
want.
pickle
Yeah,
before I get too deep into this stogie.
Yeah, before the palate.
Mark, go.
Cleanse the palate. What are you going for? You want to try, this is actually, so I got really into tequila the last few years. I love bourbon, but it tastes too good, and I end up drinking way too much of it.
Fair.
So I found for, crowd control purposes, I've been doing tequila, and this is a really good one. It's called Severo.
Okay.
Dude, so a client bought this for me. I sold this kid his first house, and he showed up to settlement with a fucking bottle of tequila for me, and an expensive one at that. So shout out to Nick McGinty, my fucking boy. I've been babying this for the last few months, so want to give it a go?
I'm not a big tequila guy.
You might like this one.
But I'm in.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yo, I gotta tell you, this is probably one of the best pickles I've ever had.
They're fucking good, right?
I shit you not, this is probably the best pickle I've ever had.
Yeah. They're fucking good. Dude, the crunch.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and that's just his regular. That's just the Bush's Deli. So that's
Holy
just like
crap,
the
man.
standard
Thank you.
deli dill. But he's got two other ones. He's got a horseradish and he's got a hot honey too.
Dude,
So next round,
I'm doing another.
I'll drop you some off. Fuck,
Doing another.
I might write one too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a good trip.
You gotta get the crunch on the mic, right? I don't know if that'll be
Just a
audible, but
Couple sandwiches, crunching pickles into the mic.
if you're watching or listening to this, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, there's definitely better shit. You could probably go listen to like Cody Sanchez or anybody, basically anybody Bosch though. But cheers, man.
Nah, man, we're about to drop some fire.
Yeah. There's definitely like we haven't really had a chance to sit down and talk more than a couple minutes at a real estate meetup or in passing, coming in and out of the office.
Yup.
And
Keeping the Santa hat. Keeping the Santa hat.
this is coming off in a second. I'm dying already. But this is a good opportunity because I have a lot of people that listen to the podcast that are interested in real estate investing. And I know, you've been working the last 2-3 years on a large project, right?
Yes, sir.
The revamp 365.io.
AI now. The IO still works, but yes.
It's AI. Okay,
Yeah.
you made the
Dot
full.
AI,
Was that
yep.
part of the recent integrations you were doing?
It's for the last, I don't know, year, it's probably been redirecting. If you typed revamp365.io into your address bar, it would just automatically redirect to revamp365.ai. I should have bought .com too, but I didn't.
Was it available?
Should have. Yeah, but I think they wanted like 20 grand for it, and I'm like, nobody really fucking cares like that, Like, I don't know. If people are navigating to a website today, like, they probably either already organically know the address or they're going to Google it, in which case it doesn't matter whether it's .com,
It's more
.net,
like
.ai,
an aesthetic
whatever.
thing. And actually, on the .io and the .ai, I think right now it's almost more sexier. And the domain probably costed you like $1.39 for 2 years, which is nice. Which, what's crazy? Here's some information for you guys. Look into that. The .io and the .ai, like this is the next wave, right? Like the .com, like you said, it's 20 grand.
Yep.
There's people that'll tell you years ago that they were just looking and you could have bought like, not Amazon.com, but you could have bought like a lot of keywords and like catchphrases.com that are worth huge money right now, and that somebody's willing to pay for it.
Yep.
Like I tried to buy my name.com the other day, and it was $6 grand. I'm like, what asshole?
Well, so that's
beat
the
me
thing.
to my own name for
Bro,
$6 grand. You know what I mean?
I have a buddy that he's joking for the most part, but he probably did it once. He says that all of his buddies, he goes and buys domain names and all his friends' kids' names so that he can sell them back to his buddies and be like, yo, Rye, you're paying me fucking $6 grand for your kid's website.
I mean, dude, it's kind of smart. I mean,
It's domain squatting is a thing, man. That's what people do. It's a business, right?
is a
It's like
business.
that they buy it, they sit on it, and they wait till somebody comes along with your name that is dead set
wants it.
on that domain.
yeah.
Yep.
And a lot of people sleep on that. So look, we just put you onto a whole nother niche,
Dude.
of ways that you can invest and make
I have
money.
domains for all my kids. My kids, well, only 2 of them I did so far, but they actually have websites. My kids have websites.
Now your daughter's actually crushing it, following in your footsteps of
Follow my footsteps,
The music
bro.
career-
She's blazing her own path, man.
yeah, that's awesome.
She just
man.
turned 14, and it's like she's doing more than me, like more than I ever did. It's crazy.
Yeah. And it's actually funny. I forget what maybe a picture we put up, but someone reached out to me. They're like, "Oh my God, is that Drew from?" And he said the name of your metal band, and he said he like followed you guys religiously back in the day. And I had no idea. I knew you played guitar, but I didn't.
There's one.
There's one. It was Mike Wynn, my boy Mike.
Nice. Broken by Archways, man.
Yes,
That was my life all throughout my teenage years.
was that high school?
Yeah. Yep. I started, I was in like pop punk bands and then emo bands. And then as I got better as like a musician, it's like I hated metal at first, just like probably most people, hate metal at first, right?
Sure.
Just like most people when they smoke a cigar for the first time, they're like, that's not very good. And then you kind of get more immersed and you're like, no, this thing is actually pretty fantastic, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, man, I graduated to metal and played for a couple years in a metal band.
And then you still pretty avidly practice guitar too, right?
Dude,
You just stay fresh.
I didn't touch my guitar for over a decade.
Really?
Yeah, I recently just picked it up maybe in the last year or so. And that was the cool thing with my daughter. The only reason that I picked it up is because she got old enough and she was interested in learning how to play, and she was kind of singing and stuff, and she wanted me to teach her. That made me pull all my shit out and dust everything off, and most of my stuff still worked.
That's awesome. That's something cool. Like obviously, like you had a daughter super young, but it's something I'm noticing with parenting where like you find like a commonality with your kid.
Yep.
Like Mila's 7, 8 years old, but there's certain things now that like she loves. It's Christmas time. Loves Home Alone. Right.
Home Alone's great, dude.
And I'm repping tonight. Christmas Vacation, right? Like those are her 2 favorite Christmas movies of mine as well. So it's funny to see that she's like, "Yo, Dad, let's go. Let's watch that." You know what I mean?
So cool.
So she's a big fan of late 80s, early 90s cinema.
Dude, but my 4-year-old, his favorite movies are now Home Alone and Sandlot.
Hell yeah, Sandlot.
Yeah,
I tried to get her on Sandlot. She wasn't having it. But I think as a boy, like,
right.
that's the shit.
Yup.
And you just had him snowboarding for the first time too, right?
Yeah, man. It's funny. I told my wife, like, dude, I don't get nervous or worried about almost anything ever, right? It's like I just don't worry. And I was a little worried taking my 3-year-old on a fucking ski lift, bro.
Dude,
like,
yes, bro. I think I seen the picture of that. I would. Like,
I was a little sketched out.
My hands are sweating.
Yeah.
Listen, like I don't fare well with heights to begin with, but to have your child on there,
Yep.
and even if you're taking on the bunny slope, you still up like 30, 40
Well, so
feet.
that was the issue. Like the mountain had just opened like the day before. The bunny hills were like closed. They weren't open.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I planned like, cause the little hills, it's like you just get on the little conveyor belt, right? And it just pulls you up like
Coast
you're
you
good,
up.
right? Nah, man, we got there and I strapped him up. I'm like, guess we're going to the top of the mountain, big dog. Let's go.
Black diamond out the gate.
Right?
I mean, listen, if you're gonna start off,
If you're gonna do it, do it, right?
man. Now, did
Man.
you have like a leash, the leash type
Yeah.
on
So
him?
we had a whole harness thing
Cool.
for him and everything. Honestly, I didn't even use it, man. I kind of just like stayed under his armpits, so had him face the same direction as me. I was behind him, and I just kind of kept my hands under his armpits the whole time and just
carving.
rolled with it.
Now
know?
your legs were probably burning the next
Burning.
day, right? You were in like a wall sit position for
man.
the entirety.
Yup.
Yeah.
And it was funny with my wife because she snowboarded with me a couple times, like when we were younger, before we had kids. So we're talking 15 years ago, you know? And she's like, we're driving up there, and she's like, I know I haven't done it in a long time, but I feel like I'm going to do great. You know how? Because I go to the gym like every day and I'm in better shape than I've ever been. I'm like, all right, yeah, I love the spirit.
Hell yeah.
She was not all right.
Oh man, did she hang out did she do?
She
stuck
did
it
okay.
out.
She did okay, but like her legs were burning. I mean, your legs just burn. It is what it is.
Dude, it's one of those things, man. You're hitting muscles that you just don't use on a daily basis, right? No matter what you do. Like it's a full body workout, and you're spiking your heart rate to levels you would do at a full sprint.
Yep.
Right. So like your body's just, if you look at the calories you burn on a day of snowboarding, it's like, I don't know if it would equate to maybe like a half marathon or something of the sort. You know what I mean? Probably like 3,000 calories. But you undermine it because it's just like you're just having fun.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That's it. It's fun. Do you like running?
Running?
Yeah.
I actually do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do enjoy it, man. I got into it.
I feel like that's one of them things. Like people are like either into it or hate it. There's usually no in the middle.
I think everybody, they really gave it a chance, they would enjoy it. I think there's something about it. You know what I mean? Like,
I think, fuck you.
you'll get out there one day. You'll get out there, get that cardio up for jujitsu. You know what I mean? Get you to that next belt. I enjoy it, man, because it's peaceful. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just put whatever music you want to listen to, whatever podcast, or, you know, the Revamp podcast or the Unfolded podcast on.
There it is.
I listen to, like, oldies. I put on, like, an oldies playlist, and I just run it like a 10-minute, 11-minute mile and coast.
Okay.
But I like to run, like, early in the morning when people aren't really out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just get it out of the way. And I've actually done a couple marathons.
No shit. So you're into it.
But that's the thing, I'm not. I am, but I'm not. Like those marathons I did, like I signed up as like a goal. Like, yeah, I'm gonna start running and I'm gonna run this fucking marathon. And then it would be like 6 weeks out. I'm getting the notifications for like the bib pickup. And I'm like, dude, I haven't ran more than 2 miles.
Yeah.
So like 2 of the 3 I ran without training.
No crap.
And it was brutal.
You pulled a David Goggins.
Yeah. And this was actually the first one was before Goggins was on the scene. So I didn't even have like.
Goggins was following in your footsteps.
Yes,
Let's call it what it is.
I blazed the pathway for David Goggins. I was out there yelling, who's going to carry the boats? But it's crazy, man. When you're out there, like, dude, you'll see people like, I seen like a blind dude running with like an assistant.
Did he see you though?
He felt my presence when I blew past him and threw a shoulder into him. Nah, I don't know. Nah, but it's cool, man. It's more about like the energy of the day and stuff, and it's a very positive experience. Yeah, and I definitely encourage everybody to do it at least once in your life because it's kind of a big feat, right? To say you've ran a marathon,
definitely,
right? Like most people say like a 5K, they're like, oh man, I'm training for a 5K. I'm like, dog, anyone with 2 legs and like any ability to walk, I think can do a 5K.
Fair.
Like you can do it. Anyone, everyone possesses it. It just takes a little bit of willpower. Yeah, I think it's willpower more over physical strength and ability.
For sure, and I do like it for that aspect, right? So like the mental toughness, right?
Correct.
To just be able to push through adversity, right? But I find other outlets for that. Not running.
Like locking down killer real estate deals.
That's it, bro. That's my thing.
Yo, so back to that. We did get off the topic a little bit, but I really generally want to hear more about like the progresses you made and generally just an overview on what your platform is going to look like.
Yeah, man. So with the release that we're doing right now, as this episode will come out, up until now, the platform was always like a great way to find deals that are on the MLS that make sense as a flip or a rental or even a wholesale deal for you without spending a crap load of time, right? The reason that I built it in the first place, when I first started flipping, whatever, over a decade ago now, I was buying all my deals off the MLS, you know? I would spend a lot of time, but times are different, right? It's like I had more time then than I do now. And it was free, right? So it's like I could spend 20 hours a week looking for deals on the MLS and I would find good flips and I would make money, you know? Over time, when I had less time and I was trying to scale my fix and flip company, I got to the point where I would go on the MLS every day. I would export every listing and I knew like some numbers, right? I knew our average cost per square foot for renovation when we're doing a flip. I knew like what we would probably sell for, like in terms of like ARV after repair value and stuff. So I would basically pull out all the active listings, plug in some of our variables, and then it would just basically spit out to me which properties of the 600 properties that are listed in Delaware County, which are the 5 that might make sense for me as a flip, right? And I would do that every day. It would take a lot of time. It was kind of a pain, but it was working, right? So I was buying deals, and I had friends at that time, right, that they were the fuckers that were in my ear that kind of made this whole thing snowball, right? Years later. But they're like, at the time, they're like, dude, you got to show me how you do that shit, like with your cherry picking deals off the MLS, because I can never find anything. And you're always buying stuff off the MLS.
Yeah.
And I legit tried with like 3 of my buddies 7 years ago to show them my spreadsheet thing. And
You showed it to me.
did I?
And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, it looks like Chinese.
Yeah,
I'm good.
everyone's like, dude, this is way over my head. I'm like, it's Excel, man. This isn't that hard.
You just got to be a freak in the sheets.
Yeah, something
in the
like
Excel
that.
sheets.
Something like that, man. So yeah, like I had the idea in the back of my head from all the way back then, and maybe it's your fault. Maybe it's your fault that I built it. You know?
Yeah, I'll take that. Any little bit of credit where you do.
Hell yeah.
No,
man.
but that's awesome. But like you saw what worked for you. You identified like real estate's nationwide, worldwide. There's tons of people in it. But you know, when people say stuff's oversaturated or this is just how it is, you saw an issue that could be fixed.
Yeah.
And then figured out a way around it.
Yep.
And then just, you know, stacked and build improve, enhance, and until 10 years later to where we're at now.
Exactly, man. Exactly. You know, it's been a journey, and I definitely didn't think that this is kind of where I was going with it. But as progress happened, it's like it's that echo chamber, right? After I actually launched the software, I don't know, 2.5 years ago, whatever, right? And all it did was find stuff on the MLS. And when I launched, obviously, it was even less polished, right? It wasn't the sexiest looking interface and stuff, but it kind of worked, you know? And once I got feedback from somebody that I didn't know that used it, like somebody that I didn't know that paid money for it, used it, then had success and made a shit ton of money, I was like, all right, man, that's cool. Because it's one thing like you using something or following a system or a process to yield predictable results. It's a totally different thing getting your buddy to do the same thing. Yeah. And that's this whole other thing, getting a stranger to do it, right? It's like you have to think through every little piece of the user experience and kind of predict what the issues are going to be, what somebody's natural instinct to click on a page and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's more than just build a website, all for a service.
Yep.
Like there's layers and layers and layers. And now like feedback, like I think some people hear feedback and they're like, they maybe denounce it or they just kind of like don't understand the power within feedback. Like, yeah, some people are just bitching, but to be able to take people's feedback, like construct in that way, you're getting positive feedback. But sometimes,
I've gotten negative feedback.
But sometimes negative feedback's good too, because you're like, oh shit, like I didn't notice that, but someone else put eyes on it. They noticed like this like glitch in interface, and I can definitely improve on that. So like, I think people shy away from giving feedback, but
they do.
Sometimes constructive criticism and feedback, you're doing more of a service than just telling somebody, hey, I love your program. Because they can adapt, they can make changes, and then they can make it more suitable for you.
Absolutely.
Man. And then I'll tell you what, like, you know, I don't go to many, but when I go to the real estate meetups, and obviously, like, I don't know how I think you teleport
cubes down.
I think you teleport back and forth.
I do.
We're drinking warm tonight. No, I think you teleport to these because you're at everyone I've ever been to, and everyone obviously like we're creatures of comfort. I see you in this big space of 1,000 people. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go talk to Drew because
of course.
I know him and I feel comfortable talking to Drew. Dude, every time someone comes up and they're like, yo, Drew, your software. I closed 2 deals already off it. I'm making $50K off this flip. Like I would have never seen it, but it came up in my buy box and I auto offered it and boom. Like I think specifically the one that resonates the most is Dan the Real Estate Man.
Yeah. We were at DPI, right?
Yeah, man, dude. Like I think you seem to revitalize his love for flipping,
dude.
Like, he was like
something, right?
Dude, he was and like he's not a rookie. He's a seasoned real estate investor, right?
He's a seasoned dude. Yeah. And that night it was so perfect too, man, because I was literally I was talking to somebody that had just asked me about like the software, and I probably talked to him for like 10 seconds about it. I'm like, yeah, here's the URL. Go check it out, you know? And then Dan walked up and he's like, yeah, man, I just bought like 3 flips off of there. It's like, yeah, Dan.
That was it.
That timing was perfect, man.
Literally.
Yep. It's funny, man, because like a lot of the negative feedback to that point that I have gotten over the years, right? Some of it is bullshit, right? Some people, like, you have to be able to read between the lines. And it does suck sometimes, right? It's like you spend so much time, effort, and energy. It's like, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. It could be a renovation. It could be, you know, something that you did in your house. It could be your outfit, right? It's like when somebody tells you, yo, that looks stupid.
It's like, a strike of your ego, regardless of what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
But to be able to sort through that and then utilize it
in a productive way.
A productive way is huge. Like last night, not to stray from the revamp conversation, but Dave LeBar stopped into the Laundromat, right? We're about to renovate location number 3. It's going to be number 3, man. I know, it's crazy. It's really shit's escalating at a rapid pace, but it's going to be a big project. It's a 5,000 square foot commercial space, right? And it's going to be a big demo. It's going to be a lot of mechanical, electrical, the whole 9. Like it's my biggest project to date in real estate as a whole.
Bigger than that Sharon Hill one? That was big.
It's about 3 times the size of that.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's going to be a big project. But Dave stopped there. I obviously respect Dave's opinion. I've known him for a long time. But I like how he's been in business a long time and seen a lot of people and a lot of things come and go. So he always comes with like almost a contrarian aspect.
Yeah.
And he's like, let me play devil's advocate.
Dude, that's how I am on everything.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good because, you know, like anything you get into, like obviously at first you get into it because you're focusing on the positives. Dude, your hair looks great, bro.
That's terrible.
You're good.
It's cool. Run with it. Run it.
But yeah, so like, you know, you get into something and you're focusing on the positives and you usually don't understand the negatives until it's kicking you in the teeth.
Yep.
So
you're better
I like
off thinking of them.
Yeah, you're thinking it
on.
And I like, because like he was like, look, I'm not trying to put you down, but he's just like, educate me while maybe educating yourself a little more. And dude, it sparked a conversation that like it lingered in my mind overnight. Because he was basically like, dude, like laundromats are kind of going away, right? And I was like, that's been an argument forever. Like people have washers and dryers in their homes for a long time, but like washers break. People have a lot of kids and they'd rather spend an hour at the laundromat than 12 hours at home. You know, like we just have like Bonner's basketball team comes in now. The coach brings the jerseys in and washes the whole team's uniforms in one shot. Like there's so many different
purpose to it. 100%.
There's such a bigger clientele base than just someone that doesn't have laundry in their home.
Yep.
Right. And you know, I think that's going to be a factor as long as people wear clothes.
Dude,
but
we use a service. I don't even know what it is because my wife does it, but like somebody comes to our house, picks up our laundry, and they take it to a laundromat and they wash it for us and fold it and bring it back, man.
Yes.
So it's like same thing. That exists.
And where do they bring them? They bring them to laundromats.
Yep.
But then we talked upon that. We talked about like, so right now, like with our stores, they're not large enough really to support the infrastructure you need to offer a sufficient wash, dry, fold service. And plus it's another animal. You know, we're talking multiple employees, we're talking vehicles, we're talking scheduling, and it's something. And right now with our size stores, like for the revenue it would bring from what we could pump out, it would basically just pay for us to have employees there at all times. So we can't really justify the headaches at the moment to offer it, right? Because it's a whole nother animal. But down the line, and we were like, oh, what if we just bought like, Dave's like, what if you just bought a warehouse? And it didn't have to be as beautiful as this. It just had a shit ton of machines. And then what if you did this and did that? So like we were bouncing ideas back and forth that like would be scalable. Yeah. Right. Because we were also talking about how like, you know, it's very easy to want to chase different verticals and different angles of things. Like, is it real estate? Like, yeah, come on, we all suffer from that.
Of course we
do.
You
know, I want to be a realtor. I want to flip houses. I want to do this. I want to be a laundromat guy.
Right? You kidding me? I built a fucking software. But, like, yeah, I know, I get it. But like, shiny objects.
Yeah, but obviously, if you stay in your lane with real estate investment, right? You're centered here. I've never seen you like, hey, this is Drew, and you can rent my Ferrari through our car service. You know what I mean, or anything straying from that. But I've seen Dave's progression. I've seen him go from, you know, having tanning salons, which was kind of a failed business at this point in time because people were against them. They cause cancer or whatever. And then go through flipping houses and then to finally land into the junk removal of junk in the truck, right? And what he said, he's like, listen, like he didn't word it this way, but basically like, his success came when he focused on one thing, right? He put all his focus into one thing, and he went in on that one thing, and he basically he said this to me and then like walked out the door backwards. He was like, "What's your one thing, Rye?"
Mic drop.
Is it going to be laundromats? And then he just stared at me as he
Slowly
vacated the premises. So
slowly walked away.
But it's good to have people like that in your life that are willing to
100%.
check you and give you that, you know, constructive criticism, that kind of feedback, that contrarian aspect to kind of bring you down off, not so much high horse, but, you know, just to bring you down to earth or open your mind up to something you may be overlooking.
Dude, 100%. It's one of those things that when you think about it, even just for a minute, right? Like you don't have to think deep on it. It's very easy to logically be like, well, yeah, if I put 100% of my focus into one thing, I will probably yield more than putting 10% of my effort into 10 things.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But then we fucking do it anyway.
We do it anyways.
You know?
So it's one of those things. It's
We lie
like,
to ourselves.
We do. And like, I know, like, obviously you are still a flipper, but you're a bigger flipper at one point in time. And then the bigger wholesaler until you put a lot of your energy into the software program. But dude, there's that thing about the quick money.
Yep.
And it's hard to, and you're dealing with it right now as well with your software program. It's very hard to stay focused on something that's not paying you money.
Very hard. Dude, that's why I'm flipping again right now. 100% transparent. It's like I'm flipping because I've spent the last 3 years of my life, I've spent 90% of my effort and energy building software that it does make money. It doesn't make enough money to live, man, you know? Like,
but there's that.
Not my lifestyle.
There's
that's
that
my
down
problem,
the line.
but
you know what I mean?
Right.
You can get it. The exits from startup software will supersede what real estate, I mean, could eventually do, but it in one pop.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so the payoff's there.
Yep.
And you creating something so unique that helps so many people.
Yep.
Like, it's you're putting your chips in the right pile for sure.
Yep. Dude, so that just reminded me there. I don't know why, but back to the feedback thing, right? And having to read between the lines. Dude, there were a couple different things that like really stick out to me, right? But like through the progression and doing different things, different releases with the software over the years, you know, I've had people that have told me that they've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with the software, and then they like cancel 3 months later. It's like,
what,
homie, you were paying $50 a month for that subscription level that you were on, and you made over six figures. Like, what are we talking about here? And maybe this is my bias seeping in because I'm that guy that right now, I don't even know how much I pay in subscription softwares that I use, but I'm that guy that it's like, dude, I will pay a 50, 100 hour a month subscription to something that I use once a year, because if I use it that once a year and it saves me 5 hours, I'm like, yeah, that's worth $1,200, dude.
Yeah.
No brainer.
If it yields a return
What the
greater
fuck?
than its expense,
Right?
it's worth utilizing.
Yup.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I still pay for your software. And
Probably do.
I haven't been.
I love
dude,
you.
I'm just. I like to support
Be
my
like
friends.
Ryan Geller.
Support your friends. You know what I mean? Even if it costs you $225 a month.
That's right. That's right.
It's still about support.
Use promo code Ryan Geller.
Yes, Unfolded 20. Get 20% off your next purchase on revamp.io.
I love it.
No, but to that point, yeah, I don't know, man. I think people are just people. That's another thing, and it's obviously something you've realized, like being in real estate for a long time, is like people are just people.
Yep.
But I think it's a numbers game, and there's a percentage of people that are like that don't value things at cost.
Yep.
So there's two perspectives to that. Is it one, you charge more and you get the people that value it?
That's a
right?
big part. Yeah.
Right? Do you charge more? Do you go for that like 10 people paying you 10 grand, or that 100 people paying you, whatever the math is on that? Not a great mathematician. I sell real estate.
Cheers to that.
And work on high voltage electricity for a living. So, but Yeah, so there's that angle. Do you charge the higher ticket, or do you make it so what you're basically doing is making it kind of so user friendly that anybody could use it, appeal to the masses.
Yep.
So it's like if you want to amass a large amount of wealth, help as many people as you can.
Yep.
Right. So, and then you have that, right? Because you have different tiers of your software.
Yep.
Right. That right. You have like a basic, and then you have one. If someone's like a company. Yep. They can have multiple.
Yeah, just more things unlocked, right? It's like, are you trying to do 1 or 2 deals a year, like buy an extra flip, extra rental, whatever? Yeah. Or are you trying to sell wholesale deals where you need more features? You need to be able to do deep research to see, dude, that hat is fantastic, man. I
actually did. I got like a little cold taking it off, so
yeah,
put it back on.
Put it back on, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock.
Put it back on.
I'm gonna see how long this.
It's the season. It's the season.
But yeah, so you have that different tiers to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Yes. But to that point with the question of, does it make more sense to sell 100 people at 10,000 or whatever the math is?
Yeah. See, guys, you don't have to be good at that.
Bro, I didn't graduate high school. I was talking today to a dude. He's like, yo, I went to Academy Park. Yeah. What year did you graduate? I'm like, didn't.
Man, how many people do you know that can't do basic math, didn't graduate high school, and can still amass hundreds of thousands of dollars a year?
Yeah, man.
It's very impressive.
Yo, don't downgrade me. Hundreds of thousands. What is this? What is this? Hundreds of thousands.
Millions. Making millions.
Oh, man. Time for some more whiskey. But
where you at later?
To that point real quick.
Yeah.
Like, with this new launch, like, I can 1,000,000% confirm that it is easier to sell fewer people for a lot of money because I sent out one email to our users and I made one post on Facebook that it's like, hey, with this new release of the software, we're also doing a mastermind. It's going to be $1,000 a month and it's actually going to go up, whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, I got 36 messages within like an hour, you know? And for the last 3 years, it's like to get somebody on $100 a month subscription, I could only do it by having an hour, 90-minute long demo call to set them up and get everything rolling and optimized for them. And then I sell something that is, 10 or 20 times greater cost. Nobody needs a demo. Nobody needs anything. They're just like, I know you. I know what you're capable of showing me and teaching me. Therefore, I will pay
the more money.
Yeah.
And it's funny, it's the better crowd. Not to say better. Well, yeah, I guess it is. It's the people that you want to spend your time working with. Because if someone's willing to pay you $1,000 a month, they give a shit.
Yep.
Right?
Those who pay attention.
$100. Look, I got so many gym memberships. I haven't been in the gym in like 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Right? $100 a month. If I was paying $1,000 a month for a fucking gym membership, I'd be there twice a day.
You're gonna go
twice a day, right? So it's come in. I'm in a mastermind, and you've expressed this, and you're actually one of the people that kind of you're basically one of the people that steered me into considering them. Right after buying courses and all this stuff over the years, you're like, hey man, I've spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on masterminds that have like basically returns that you couldn't even calculate.
Yep.
Right. Like you said, the best investment was that. It wasn't.
Dude, the best investment is always in yourself. And it's hard for, like, it's funny because most of the people that will bitch and make fun of you and be like, oh my God, Geller, you're spending $25,000 a year to be in a mastermind or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like those people not only like don't make a lot of money, but just all around, they have a broke mindset.
It's a scarcity mindset. It's not an abundance mindset.
Yeah. 100%, man. So you're not going to get it, and those aren't the people that we're talking to, you know? It's like,
and unfortunately, like, I don't know what it takes for someone to wake up to that, you know what I mean? But, I guess that's just their lane.
Yep.
That's their life, you know what I mean? But it is, and I'm a big fan of the masterminds. Like, I'm in one right now with, like, Michael Ho.
Dude,
he's
Michael.
He's a killer.
Yeah.
Mike's the man. Mike's a great dude. He's got a very interesting story. He is a ruthless hustler, right? The dude just works like no other, maybe too much. You know what I mean? But he started a mastermind group, and he asked me to join it, and and it was almost like a weird like confidence thing with myself. This is another thing we'll touch on eventually, but like I just didn't think like I would be. I'm like, oh, you're starting a mastermind? Like I can't be in this. I'm not, I don't like imposter syndrome, right? Like I'm like I got nothing to offer. You know what I mean? But then like it turns out like I do have some stuff to offer. Like each person in there brings something different from their experiences, whether it's from life, it's from business, it's from relationships, right? Like dude, a lot of times we talk about how to run businesses and you put a lot of focus and energy into your business, but your home life needs focus and energy too, right? So like we're like accountability, like, yo, did you take your wife out this week? Did you do this? Did you do that? And it's good just to have those little checks and balances, right? And just improve on all angles that you might not have even considered if you're just so dialed in on one thing.
Dude, absolutely. And again, it's like the podcast, right? It forces things that you inherently know if you took the time to think about, did I focus enough on my relationship? Did I focus enough on my personal health and my mental health and like all of those things that you just mentioned? It's like, I don't need to spend any amount of money every month for a coach to tell me that. Yeah, the fuck you do, man. Yeah. Like I'm telling you, you do.
You do.
You know, to that point, thinking about it, because the room is right behind you. Like I was paying a coach to do private jujitsu lessons with me Tuesdays and Thursdays of every week. And Iron Will, he's the man. Shout out to you, Iron Will.
Iron Will. He just had surgery or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, he can't do privates with me right now. He's going to be in recovery for a little bit. And
would he get more like titanium injected in?
Basically,
he's like part Wolverine, right?
Yeah, man. I think the surgery, like they put titanium in him, and it's probably weaker than his fucking bones were. Like it's wild. Dude's an animal. But like, there's another guy that would train with us, like in our private lessons, and dude, me and him, right, to the point of not paying, right? It's like, when I was paying for coaching on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I was here every Tuesday and Thursday. My other buddy that was training with us was here
Barnes?
every Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, Steve Barnaby, my other boy. And he's an animal too. He just got a brown belt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man.
Damn, dude. Killers.
But me and Steve, right? It's like, I am not paying for my coach to show up anymore. And it's like,
it hurts less to miss.
Yeah, man. Like this morning, it was like, I was out at a Christmas party last night till 1 o'clock in the morning drinking. But guess what, man? If I was paying my coach to be here, I probably would have left a little bit earlier.
Been home by
I would
11.
have drank 1 or 2 less, and I would have fucking been here, and I would have made it happen. So those who pay attention.
Yes. Yeah. Those who pay attention. That's a good one. Yep. I like that. And an other thing. So yes, you're spending the money, you're making the investment on yourself, and then you're putting yourself around people, right? You're basically making the investment to collect that person's knowledge and energy, right? Because they say you become who you surround yourself with, right? And it's something people have told us our whole lives. Like, don't hang out with that kid. He's a bad kid. In our cases, we were probably the bad kid.
Yeah, we were probably the bad
kids. Like, no one ever told me that because we were the asshole children running amok in Delaware County. But no, so you become who you surround yourself with, 100%. If you're around negative people, you're going to be negative. I don't care how positive you are. It's going to infiltrate you. You're going to get home and you're going to be fucking miserable, and you're not going to know why. And it's because who you surround yourself with. And when you have these coaches, you pay for these masterminds, you're around like-minded people, but also people that are pretty affluent in what they do. And they're constantly striving to get better, and they're rising all tides around them, right? Everyone's bringing each other up in a sense. But I met this guy once, and it was funny. I was going, this is like last year, I was out of work, and I was like really diving into the real estate thing, and I was trying to go to like every meetup I could. And there was one out in Pottstown, which is a ride, but it was like the only one on a Tuesday night. And this dude, Naveed Musa, I don't know if you've ever done work with him.
I know who he is. We've definitely talked like on social media and stuff, but I don't think I've ever met him in person.
So I saw he was hosting it, and I know he's big in real estate. I know he's very credible, great guy. So I just signed up to go. Drive the hour out to Pottstown. I get there. It's not even a real estate meetup. It's like they have like this like inspirational speaker, right? And
Okay.
I got there early because I just like didn't know how to gauge the time. It was kind of far.
Story of my life.
Yeah, right. It's so hard to be on time for shit. It's like there's no point in getting there so early. You might as well be late, right? But no, so I drive all the way up there, and it ends up being like it's not about real estate. It's just this dude. His name is Justin Shank. I don't know if you ever heard of Justin.
No.
Awesome. I'm gonna give you like I'll send you his socials like after this because you would definitely enjoy his content. But yeah, so I drive up there thinking it's about real estate, and I'm there early, and I'm just bullshitting with this kid at the front of it's a cigar store. I'm just bullshitting with him. We're talking about cigars and we're talking about whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, would you come up here tonight? He's like, I was like, I thought it was a real estate meetup. I don't know, some dude speaking. And he's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Turns out he's the fucking guy that's speaking. And the first thing he says, he's like, it's crazy that I'm hosting this event tonight and some people are here and they've never even heard of me. Right? And I'm like, oh, that's kind of like a cocky thing to say, right? And then, dude, this dude spoke for like an hour and 45 minutes, and I was just so infatuated on like his perspective of life and, you know, his story, and it like really inspired me, right? But he touched on how his life changed when he started surrounding himself with better people. And he broke it down to like, they say you become the median of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So he took it a step further, right? He said there's 5 people you need in your life. You need it's a coach, a mentor, a bruiser, a cheerleader, and what's the last one? And a softie, right? So it's a coach, mentor, bruiser, cheerleader, and a softie. So it's beyond like the people you're around, but you need someone to fill all of these. And he said if you can't think of 5 people in your general circle that fill those 5 slots, then you need to find somebody to fill those slots. And when you do, your life will just drastically change. So I did that. He's like, yo, look, everyone take a couple minutes now, and you try to write down your 5 people, right? And like, dude, it was really hard. Like you could fill in the blanks a little bit, but then like, it's like, are you confident that this person's your cheerleader or this person's your softie? Like, so for instance, like cheerleaders, like, I call you, I'm like, yo, Drew, I'm thinking about doing this. And you're like, fuck yeah, man, go do it. You're just like, you're cheering me on. You have the softie who you call for compassion, right? You're like, you know, I'm having a rough day. And they're like, yeah, it's all right. Like everyone has rough days. You have your coach, which is obviously, it's a coach. It's someone that coaches you in life, any aspect, whether it's real estate, you know, fitness, any aspect of life. A coach, a mentor, somebody that you look up to that's offering you guidance. And then what did I miss? Oh, the bruiser. The bruiser is somebody you call that's like, hey, you're being a pussy. You know what I mean? They're going to give you the straight shot. They're going to bring you down to earth, and they're going to tell you how it is. And then I started like trying to figure out who those people were for me. And I was like, for one point, like a little point in time, like I was trying to fill those voids and like figure out who it was in my life. And like it did have most of them. And it's funny how it correlated. But if you were like trying to level up your life and you just try to level the scale of who those people that fit those certain categories are, it's just like it puts you on warp speed.
Dude, I love that.
Isn't that nuts?
I love that.
So I drove an hour out of my fucking way for a real estate event to learn that.
It wasn't a real estate event.
But
it wasn't what you expected, but it was what you needed.
Life-changing. It was exactly what I needed. Yeah. Crazy.
I love that. And the number one takeaway from that is that I'm a cheerleader because I'm gay. Thanks a lot,
yes.
Thanks a lot.
Well, I appreciate by example. Actually, you probably fit more in the bruiser. Because you're kind of like, you need to stop being a little bitch.
I can be all of those things. And I think to a lot of my friends, I kind of know what they need because I have needed the things many times, right? Like sometimes I know that I need somebody that's a cheerleader. Sometimes I know that I need somebody that's a bruiser or a realist, right? Sometimes I know that I need somebody who's just going to be loving. So I try to adapt to my buddies. Like, how can I be like the best friend, mentor, whatever, and adapt to that situation? But yeah,
it's pretty good though, isn't it?
Yeah, man, dude, it's massive.
Yeah,
it's massive. I love that.
But yeah, man. So like now we talked about masterminds. Are you still paying like a specific coach? I mean, beyond Iron Will, like, are you still? Like, this is a good point to prove, like, you're pretty at a high point in your game, and you're still utilizing coaching, right?
Dude, all the time, yeah. So I was in real estate masterminds for many years, like, literally since I started in real estate. I spent stupid money that most people just couldn't wrap their head around. But what I've done as a result of that obviously brought me to where I am today, you know, so that's massive. But right now, for the last year, I've not been any real estate masterminds. I am now in software masterminds.
Okay.
Go figure, right? Yeah. Like that's where my focus is. And that's where I'm putting all of my effort and energy. So it's funny because I have so many incredible real estate connections across the entire country because of the business that I've done and the groups that I've been a part of for many, many years, right? But once I started doing software, it's like I realized really quickly that I don't know any software people, right?
Sure.
Like, and how am I going to level up in what I'm doing, what I'm trying to provide as a service to my members if I'm not in the best groups with the best people that are doing the most innovative things, right? So yeah, I joined a software mastermind instead.
No, it makes sense. But that also, it's got to be a little tough, right? You know, coming from top of your game in one field to being the bottom dog, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's you know, we talk about it all the time, is a large step out of the old comfort zone.
Yeah.
Which is like crucial in growth and progressing as a person, right?
Dude.
Now, what are those masterminds like? Do you show up and like they're like, you got tattoos and you're wearing work boots and you smell like cigars. What do you want from us? They're like, you remind me of the guy that used to beat me up in high school. And you're like, funny thing is, I didn't go to high school.
Yeah, I didn't go, nerd.
Yeah, it wasn't me. So what's that like, man? Just being in a complete different, or maybe I'm just being biased about the people that are in software.
No. You're not, because that was kind of my bias too. Like when I went to the first in-person event, I went to, when was it? May or June, I went to New Orleans. Yeah. And that was my first in-person thing that I went to with this mastermind that I'm a part of. And just in my head, I'm like, it's going to be a bunch of nerds. Yeah. Like, because just when you think of software people, you think of nerds, right? Like,
sure.
That's what I think of anyway.
Yeah.
And it turns out I'm a software guy now, and I'm kind of a nerd. I'm a nerd with a lot of things. But it was not what I thought at all. It was a bunch of dudes like me, you know?
Just dudes trying to learn more. And
yep.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. Like, I always try to, like, not, like, study who I'm interviewing, or, like, I just maybe look up a few things, like, on the drive to the studio to converse. And I was like, all right, I'm going to look up some software key phrases. And I looked up, like, SaaS. And I already forget what the fuck it stands for.
Oh, come on. You can hit this one. You can hit this one.
Analytic.
Oh, no. You already fucked it up.
Did I fuck? System, analytic, something? No, system's the last word, right? Analytics in there somewhere.
No, not even.
The fuck?
Software as a service.
Software as a, there you go.
There it is.
I wouldn't fit in.
There it is. I have a SaaS company.
Yes, but that's what you have right now.
Which sounds very...
Yes, it sounds sassy. It sounds a little sassy. But I recall you saying that. But it's so wild. Like, you know, acronyms are obviously, like, they're good if you're trying to save time in your field and, like, in discussion. And if you're emailing and using, it's a lot easier to fucking say SaaS than whatever that term you just said that I forgot already.
Software as a service.
Yeah, but, dude, like, there's a lot of acronyms in fucking real estate that people hear, and they're like, I don't know what the fuck that means. But you got to educate yourself on it. If you want to grow in that field.
That's right.
Oh, and we were talking about, you know, this podcast, right? Not to stray from software, but one of my buddies at work today, he's like, yo, man, your podcast is stirring up some shit. And I'm like, oh, no, like, I didn't fully watch the last one. I don't know exactly what I said. And he's like, yo, my buddies are blowing me up. Your buddy Frankie talked about the Burr method, and they never heard about the Burr method before, and they Googled what it stood for. And now they're already pulling their money together and they want to start buying real estate. So a shout out to, actually, I want to do a little shout out right now. Shout out to my boy, Lewis Isaac. Great dude. One of the guys I work with. And you know, when you meet somebody and just like hit it off, you just like, you meet and you're like, yeah,
Did we just become best friends?
Yes.
Yup.
So Lou's one of those dudes. And, you know, he's a little bit older than me, not much. But just a great dude.
So good with the hat, man.
Yeah, got to rock. I'm trying to stay festive, people. I'm trying to stay festive. It's getting a little hot.
Holiday special.
No, but look, man, like, that pod that him and his boy, like he's been like a huge supporter since day one of the podcast. Like really appreciate him. But he's got his boys listening to it, and now they're going to start investing in real estate because of conversation they heard me have with Frank D'Astoli.
How's that make you feel?
Fucking awesome.
It's incredible.
That's awesome, right? 8 episodes and potentially changing the trajectory. And, you know, it's going to cause some headaches and some learning stuff that, you know, I mean, they're going to figure it out.
Of course.
They're fucking smart dudes.
Yep.
And, dude, it could potentially change the trajectory of their lives and their families' lives.
It's the coolest fucking thing.
That's
man.
crazy, dude.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And that alone, words, that your stories, that your experience, that your time spent talking to another guy about things that you like can make that much of an impact to somebody.
Yes.
That's cool, man.
And when somebody's like, oh, you know, yeah, how's the podcast? Oh, you only got like 100 views. Whatever. If one person out of those 100 gains something, that is the value.
Yep.
That's the value. It doesn't have to be millions of people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? One person.
Yep.
So that was sick. And then on the topic of Frank, you're in the same room as him last night, and I'm upset you guys didn't get to chop it up, man.
We got to talk in passing a little bit. He was all the way on the other side of the table, big room. My voice actually came back a little bit today, man.
Yeah, you sound great.
I was worried this morning because I was talking very loudly for many hours last night and drank way more than I should have and smoked way more cigars than I should have.
Well, you just had to get back on the horse.
That's right. A little hair of the dog. That's what it is.
The
and
medicine.
The pickles help.
Dude, the pickles, dude, they're therapeutic.
Best pickle ever. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Dude, really. Dude, he is on to something. Jerry's going to become a multimillionaire.
So good.
From selling pickles out the backyard.
I'm going to be a little upset if you don't bring a jar every time you come.
No, well.
Leave it in the fridge.
Jerry, you heard it. We got to load the fridge up upstairs.
There we go. Load the fridge, Jerry.
Might have to get a separate fridge, a pickle fridge.
Ooh, I'm in.
Dude, actually, he would. He'd probably drop a fridge off and just set up shop. I mean,
even better. I was going to say, I'll buy another fridge, but if Jerry's going to provide a fridge, even better.
There you go. Sorry,
Let's
Jerry.
go.
I just signed you up for a fridge. But you got people in and out of here all day.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. Yeah, I don't want them eating my pickles, man.
Well, that's why you had to have the separate fridge. The for-share fridge.
I like that.
Yeah. It's like when you got a beer fridge at home.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're whoever comes over and drinks all your beer.
Yep.
Just you got your spare.
Dude, see, that is why.
Value.
That's why you have a podcast. That's why you're on top of the world, baby.
Yeah,
that's
man. Just giving the people what they need. Oh man,
I love it, man. I love it.
But yeah. So what was last night? Last night was the SPG Capital.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's some private lenders that I work with. My buddies Alex and Josh. They take really good care of me.
Awesome guys,
dude. Incredible.
Awesome guys.
Like Alex worked for me doing dispositions for the wholesale company for a couple years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Alex is awesome. He's solid. He's flipped a lot of houses. He owns a big rental portfolio, and I don't know how many years they've been doing this like lending business or whatever. But legitimately, like I told them, and I'm not gassing them up, right? It's like I don't really have the capacity to do flipping right now, but I'm doing it. And one of the reasons is they just make the entire lending process so easy, right? Like, dude, I've worked with dozens of different lenders, whether it's commercial banks, private lenders, hard money lenders over the years for buying flips, buying rentals, whatever, doing refinances and everything. And there's a certain level of just brain bending shit that goes along with it that I don't really have to deal with them, right? It's like my process is literally I send them the address, I tell them when I'm closing, I tell them how much money I need, settlement happens, they give me the fucking money, I get the project done.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's huge. That's huge because there's already so many, like, and this was what people I don't think understand when they get into real estate. All of the small fucking variables that go into a real estate transaction.
Yeah, man.
Everything from the personal emotions of the seller, the buyer, you know what I mean? Everything. Dealing with the fucking townships. Dude, townships, dude, you know how someone can make a ton of money right now? Here's something for somebody that has a little, goal. Become a liaison to deal with fucking townships for real estate investors.
Dude.
Step in, be like, I will deal with all your fucking permitting. This is my fee. I'll build the fucking relationship with these people. I'll get your shit. I'll deal with all of it. I'll show up to inspections. I'll fucking do it all. Actually, maybe let's cut that out. Let's cut that out of the podcast because I think I'm going to start that business.
Dude, it's so funny, but
that's
right,
that's the biggest holdup. Now, if your lender's a pain in the ass on top of it, what the fuck? You know, already like not to actually. I have really good contractors and they're fucking awesome. They make my life a breeze, but it's their jobs.
But it took you time, effort, and energy to build them relationships.
Correct.
It didn't just happen out of the gate.
Yeah, I had to build that shit over time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But dude, their job, they can't do their job when you're getting held up on bullshit from a township.
Yep.
And I understand, like, you know, the townships, like, they're probably overwhelmed and overworked and underpaid.
Nah, they just suck. Let's call it what it is.
They might just suck, man. I got a big project coming up. Actually, the township I'm dealing with right now for that project's been awesome so far. But yeah, dude, like that's a
what
need.
township? I'm gonna call them out right now.
Upper Darby.
Upper Darby.
They've been great.
Fuck Upper Darby, man. Fuck Upper Darby. SEO is gonna pick this up based on the words that I'm saying.
They're gonna shut me down.
They're gonna shut you down right away.
No, but I should have just lied and said like Alden or something. But no, like that's a service because that's something held up. And then like you're saying, like if you have a good lender, that's one less thing you got to worry about.
You know who Upper Darby is, by the way, right?
No, who's that?
You know who's in there?
Our boy?
Uh-huh.
Not anymore. He's out, dog.
No?
He's been out.
Yeah?
He has been out, yeah. And actually one of my close friends is one of the...
Tartaglia. I'll drop it. I'll drop it. I said it.
Actually, we've built a mutual agreement on each other, and I have a decent relationship now after 9 months of
not agreeing.
For that Sharon Hill renovation. But now a close friend of mine actually works for Upper Darby now, and it's nice to just have somebody in there that I can like be like, yo, hey, they haven't answered this email in 3 weeks. Like, can you walk over to Stacy's desk and ask her to respond to me, please?
Yep.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of value there. But the SPG dudes, like they're knowledgeable investors.
Yeah, right.
They're not
they know the industry.
bankers.
That's how they were able to refine their process and their offering to dudes like me because they are me, right?
Yeah, I might just buy a flip just to use them.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's like it's no different than that's why I'm able to build a good software for other flippers and landlords and wholesalers because I'm that fucking guy. I'm not just like trying to build something to solve your needs and I've never walked in your shoes. It's like, like when you're fully immersed in it and you know all of the ins and outs, you are the person that should be setting things up to make people's lives easier.
Correct.
You know?
Correct. You're like the founding father.
Something like that.
You're one of the founding fathers of Delaware County real estate of this generation. No, but yeah, like that is huge. I've used, who's another lender I used recently? I used Crowdcopia recently. They were pretty good. They were good to work with. They're dude, the same thing. Like, yo, here's the deal. They're like, yeah, makes sense. Like, here's our conservative ARV. Your numbers meet that. Here's the loan. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's huge. But yeah, dude, that's check them out. SPG Capital.
SPG.
Josh and Alex. They pop out to your Wednesday morning thing too, right? Your little
sometimes
at an undisclosed location.
Undisclosed location.
Where some of like the heaviest. I actually miss that, man. I still work full time, so my mornings are occupied. But anytime I have off on a Wednesday, I text you immediately if I don't see you at jiu-jitsu. And there's the value you can gain in those coffee meetups is crazy.
Yep. Some
of the people that pop out to that are just some of the heaviest hitters.
Yep.
Not even in our area. The one dude was from like Virginia or some shit. Dan Zakowski.
Oh yeah. He's Delaware. Yep.
Delaware.
Yep.
But
he's in southern Delaware, so yes, not around the corner.
Nah, he's far. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy. I never heard of you before. You're Delco guy. He's like, no, Delaware guy. And dude, like he was like, listen, and this is another thing I learned. Most people that are like very proficient in their craft, they always end the conversation with like, let me know how I can support you.
Yup.
And that's something Justin Shank, that speaker, that's another thing he always says. Let me know how I can support you.
Yep.
So not only are these people like super busy, super knowledgeable, they're looking to support other people.
Yep.
So if you can take anything from like if you're trying to better yourself, learn how you can support others.
100%.
Lead with that.
Yep.
Or leave with that rather. And that's something
it
I try to...
It seems counterintuitive. But it's like it's so important, and it works, man. It's
works.
like
It works, man.
if you support other people, there's some form of this karma thing that exists in the world, and things will just work out for you, man.
It's the woo woo. It's
It
the
really
woo woo.
is.
It's
unexplainable.
if you
Maybe
put
it is. If I was
positivity
smarter,
into the world, positivity will find its way back to you. If you put negativity in the world, negative will find its way back. And it even comes down to your thoughts. Like, dude, if you're thinking negative, everything's going to be negative. If you're thinking positive, even when shit's negative, you're going to find some light and you're going to power through a lot easier than if you harp on negative shit. And, it's hard. It's hard to think like that. But again, it comes to who are your people you're talking to on a daily basis.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So definitely, if you're trying to better your life, do what's it called? Like an assessment of your general group. You know what I mean? And if someone's not fucking serving you and they're wearing you down, you might have to cut them off or distance. Love them from afar.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think that's another thing that's tough, especially growing up in Delaware County. Right? Where'd you grow up?
Delco, man.
Sharon Hill?
Sharon Hill, yeah.
You grew up in Sharon Hill,
Sharon
right?
Hill, yep.
You know what I mean? So, but not saying bad people, but it's just everyone's kind of products of their environment in a sense.
Yep.
And they don't know any different.
Yep.
And that's what it comes down to. So you got to put yourself out there, start podcasts, go to real estate meetups, go to software. I actually, dude, next time you go to a software mastermind, I might go with you. I want to see what this is about.
Let's go.
I want to see what these dudes are getting into.
I'm gonna bring you out. It's so funny, right? Like
you should host one, dude. No. Yes, host one.
No.
Yeah.
I am now indirectly and inadvertently hosting real estate masterminds. That wasn't really my plan or intention, right?
Sure.
I've had so many people over the years that I have helped and coached a lot of people. I've tried to stay out of the lane of being a real estate coach and being like, hey, Geller, pay me 50 grand and I'll show you how to flip houses. Like,
sure.
And obviously, I'm a proponent of that. I have paid many people to coach me, but I just didn't want to do it myself because I don't have the time and capacity. And I know the way that I am. Like when I do something, I want to do it all the way. Bro.
Do it right.
Yo, it's no different than your podcasts, right?
You gotta go
it's like
in.
I told you, I am only letting people run their podcast out of my studio that are my friends because I don't care about the money or anything. It's like I'm going to do everything that I can to help you make it work, right?
Yes.
And it's like that's just how I am. But I also know the time constraints and energy constraints that I have, right?
Yeah, like you want to do it right.
Yeah, man. I want to help as much as humanly possible. So if I commit to somebody, it doesn't matter if they're paying me a stupid amount of money. Hey, help me learn how to flip houses or whatever. It's like, even if we commit, I'm going to spend an hour with you every Tuesday and an hour every Friday, right? Like, and that's what we do. It's not going to be that because I'm going to be thinking about, like, how do I help Geller a little bit more? Because he mentioned something on Tuesday that I think that I can help him overcome that, right? It's like that doesn't go away. I don't know how to shut it off, right? So I've stayed away from that for a long, long, long time. The only reason that I released the Mastermind as a part of the software release is because so many people were like, I want more like hands-on stuff with not even related to the software, right? It was like same thing.
But it
like,
all pulls together. Like your focus is already on the software.
Yep.
And these people want to utilize your software, and then you can pour into them to help them utilize your software better.
Right.
And then what did you just create? You just created another stream of marketing for your software when that person is having success.
That's
with
right.
it.
That's right.
So that makes sense.
Seriously,
but
that's the only reason
I think
that
you'd
I'm
be a
doing
great coach, man. I think there's seasons and there's times and places for everything.
Yep.
So like, dude, you're still super young. You're grinding. You're still flipping houses, and you're building this. Like, I don't think people understand how big of a deal the software you're building is, and what you've mentally, physically, financially, probably biggest put into this thing. Right. And it once that thing is cruising and you can replace yourself within that, then become a real estate coach.
Right.
Right. Replace how you flipped. How many houses you flipped this
Dude,
year?
I love helping people. I love like coaching people.
And that's why you've had
10 houses. 10 houses.
So you I tell everybody, like, when I talk about your software, I'm like, Drew fucking flipped 10 houses this year accidentally while testing his software. And people are like, no shit. I'm like, no, I swear to God. Like, he literally flipped 10 houses from testing his own software. He's like, I don't want to buy these fucking houses, but here we are.
Here we are.
So, dude, like,
legit, I think, I don't know if it was 7 or 8 out of the 10, but like they came from the MLS from our fucking automated offers.
And they were good deals.
You know?
You made money on them, right?
Yep.
And it's
I have
crazy.
one right now that might be an accidental rental. You know, there's
But you're smart enough to know how to pivot.
It happens. It happens. That
There's
had
outs.
nothing to do with the deal itself. I think that had a lot more to do with timing and the market in its entirety. Right?
Sure.
It's like we're in the winter. Market's doing what it's doing.
Yeah.
Rates are still meh. You know, people are uncertain. It's not in the best area, right? It's like, hey, it happens. You
Yes,
know?
and that's all part of the game.
Part of the
and you know what? You know, you can only control what you can control.
That's right.
Like, look, I flipped, what did I do? I flipped 2 houses this year. I did a wholesale with Michael Ho, sold a bunch of houses on market. Not a bunch, but enough for me. You know, probably like 7 or 8 houses this year, right? But the 2 flips I sold were decent deals at the start.
At the start.
At the start.
Conceptually.
At the start. The numbers on paper made sense. The first deal, you know, I wasn't the agent on it. I let one of my agents list it, and it wasn't his fault. I'm gonna chip away at this bad boy.
All right.
I really enjoy this one. So I know, but like, look, the buyer's agent was feeding bullshit. They sent a bunk pre-approval letter. They had a fucking unexperienced lender. They held us under contract for like, and I'm so busy, right? I just opened the second laundromat, so I really wasn't like putting attention into it. Like, I put it off to somebody else. I was like, yo, you deal with this. I get it sold. Let me know if you need anything. And I would check in and be like, oh yeah. Like they sent us an update. She had something on her credit about student loans during COVID. They needed to clear up to get the loan to approve. Cool. And then the next thing I know, it's 60 fucking days. And then the next thing I know, they're asking for another extension to make it 90 days. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, no. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, went on the market in fucking the beginning of May. And here we are in July, and there's no certainty on if they can get financing.
Yeah, we're just kicking the can down the road.
I'm like, cancel the contract. And then the agent ghosts us. And then you know what I mean? Dudes, I got to call buyer's agent ghosts us. I got to call, and here's another thing. If you can go on homes.com, and this is a good fact for anybody, whether you're buying a house or, you're a realtor, consider accepting an offer from somebody. And, it's not to denounce younger agents, but go on homes.com and type in that agent's name. And if they've only sold 2 houses in the last 5 years and the offer seems shaky to begin with, don't fucking accept their offer, right? Like, it's just a little fun fact. It's super easy to do. Anyone can fucking do it. And had we took that little bit of due diligence up front upon myself to just search that person's name, I would have been like, nah, this offer seems too good to be true. Let's wait out for another one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And dude, it went back on the market, and then it had another 45-day close. And then where the person up front waived inspections, the person behind did inspections. And they took us through the cleaners, right? They hit us with a bunch of dumb shit, costed thousands of dollars, right? Then you got the UNO, where you got to fix all the concrete and all that stuff. And yeah, dude, it burned our profit up between carrying costs, which is something people don't consider, carrying cost, and then the renovations on the back end. Dude, it ate all of our profit up.
Yep.
Dude, then the other house that was going smoother went under contract, great offer. It was this nice old lady looking to move out of the city and get a parking spot and have a house in Delaware County. She fucking died.
Oh my God.
Died. Bro, we're a week out before settlement and she passed away.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. It's horrible. I feel horrible for the lady, but she cost me much money.
Yeah, she cost you a lot of money.
That's horrible. But look, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, these are situational things that these guys on YouTube aren't telling you that can happen in a real estate transaction.
Yep.
And I've never dealt with something like that before. Maybe you have, and thankfully I have people I can reach out to and learn how to pivot. But in this situation, it was just, okay, well, this is a 6-month loan. We're now month 4. I got to get this thing back on the market. I got to, obviously, and then it was like, when was it? It was like August it went back on the market. And, you know, there's ebbs and flows in the market. Like typically like end of summer kind of sucks because people are going back to school.
Yep.
And where we're at now, the dead of winter. You can find the best deals in the world right now on the MLS because no one's buying the week of Christmas. You can lowball anything on the market right now, and you put 10, 20 lowballs out, you're going to find something.
You'll get something.
So, like, these are historically the worst times of the list, and situationally, that's where we fell. And it's like the first two flips where I decided I'm going to become like the Santini Lancioni at Delaware County. I got crushed on, and there goes my hopes and dreams. But, you know, short-term failures, but what it did was it caused me to focus more on the laundromats, right? So it was, you know, there's a silver lining there. But these are all things that are out of your fucking control.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good your lender is, how good your contractors are. If you got a good relationship with the township, it's things that can happen. And it comes down to what's something you tell everybody. You've told me before, you make your money where you buy, right? The purchase price.
Absolutely.
You make your money when you buy. So
yes, but that can still go south, right? Like you can buy something perfect, man. You can buy a really deeply discounted deal and still fuck it up, man. Bit. You know, like there were a couple deals over the years that I bought definitely for the right price, a really good number. And even right now today, man, I'm still my own worst enemy on the flipping stuff, right? Because I'm not putting nearly the energy or focus into it that I should.
Sure.
So something that should be like a 30-day renovation is taking me 6 months, man. Like it's not good. It's not ideal. And I'm still making money on them. Probably because I bought deep enough and I have enough connections and resources and everything. And I've done this long enough. But like your average person that has flipped 10 houses or whatever, if they bought the same properties as me, for one, like if they actually put energy and focus into it, they would have sold it quicker and probably made more money, even though they have less connections and resources than me, right? It's like, so I'm kind of being an idiot in a lot of aspects, but
it's not your main focus right now, though.
It's not my main focus.
But that's almost.
But I'm still able to make money.
You're still able to make money. Yeah.
How funny is that,
still,
right?
Man, you're still. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Dude, to that point, right? Like how long ago was it? A month ago, I sold a deal to a buddy of mine, Jimmy Z. You know Jimmy Z?
Dude, that guy is an animal.
He's the man. I love Jimmy Z. I love
Jimmy Z.
I sold him a deal right down the road,
Plymouth
right?
Meeting, right? Plymouth Meeting guy?
I don't know. I was just at his office, and I don't even know where it is. I follow my GPS. It's like it's up the blue route. I don't know. It's so
bad. Dude.
It's like exit 30 or
so
something.
Bad. Not knowing where to go anymore.
It's terrible.
Shout out to GPS.
But
making our brains mush.
Dude, I got this property under contract 2 miles down the road from the office, right? Mm-hmm. And at the time when I did, I had like 5, maybe 6 flips kind of going on in different stages. And I'm like, dude, I can't fucking do anymore. Like, I can't do it, you know? Even though it's 2 miles away and it's like my perfect cup of tea, right? And Jim was at coffee with me on Wednesday morning, and he was like, yo, man, you got any deals going on or whatever? And I shot it over to him and everything. And literally tonight, like an hour before you showed up, he just texted me and he's like, yo, that deal you sold me. Like, because his game plan was he was going to close on it, clean it out. It was a hoarder house.
Hotel.
And yeah, like he was like, I'm going to throw it on the MLS after I clean it out. If I sell it to somebody, fantastic. If it sits for a month or 2 and I get nothing, I'll rehab it. Right? Mm-hmm. Which probably would have been my strategy as well.
Sure.
And so I forget what I sold it to him for, 200, 205, something like that. He just hit me up an hour before you showed up and he's like, yo, you should let me sell your wholesale deals from now on because you know that like I'll be able to get more money. I just got an offer for 265 on this thing. I'm like, Jim, you're forgetting I didn't market this out. I hooked you up with it because you're my boy, you know? I sent it to you and one other buddy of mine. That's it. I didn't send it out as a wholesale deal, but it just goes to show that it's like there's so many different ways to monetize on a deal, a situation.
Sure.
And yeah, man, there's so much money to be made in real estate,
There really is. There really is. But it does come, it's a hard learned thing. You have to have that tough skin to go through the trials and tribulations of it to be in situations like that and have those opportunities, right? But it's doable.
What fucks people up is early on, people get lucky, right? It's like, dude, I look back at my first flip, right? I knew nothing.
That's what Dave LeBar always says. The worst thing that can happen to a flipper is to hit a home run out the gate.
It's just like the casino, man. It's you win like on your first night there, you think, I'm smarter than everybody else. Yeah. I know more than everybody. Yes. I got an edge. No, you don't, man.
Not lucky,
my first flip, dude, I look back, it's like I made like 60 grand in like 8 weeks. And at this time, like, dude, I was a 23-year-old kid making, I don't know, $35,000 a year as like my salary, It's like, that was life-changing. And then it's like, all right, I'm jumping in head first, and this is all that I'm doing now, right? Yeah. And I stayed at my job for a long time, but I didn't have a project as good as that for the following 30 flips after that.
Dude, similar situation. Like I did that. I wholesaled you a house, made $1,000. But my first flip I did on my own, I made like 60 grand, right? But I remember I was pissed because my numbers, originally I was supposed to make like 80. And I was like, dude, this is so easy. Yep. And then the next one I lost like 15,000. It was like, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, dude, it gives you that like false sense of confidence, but
it does.
It's just a testament to show of the opportunity that is out there if you are willing to take the chance.
That's right, man.
Yeah,
that's right.
Now that's another thing that we can talk about. Like obviously, like
Pickles.
Pickles. We do.
Let's talk about pickles.
Yeah,
we're doing another pickle, man.
Do another one.
This is basically dinner right now. Yeah, at this point,
the low calorie. We're starting that summer diet soon.
Dude, you're doing a pickle. I'm doing a pickle. You're doing a pickle. Let's go.
A pickle. No, but on that topic, where we're at real estate, pickles, losing money.
I messed you up.
Oh, I forget where we're going. Let's retract. All right, so we made money, we lost money.
We made money and lost money.
Those pickles are so fucking good.
So delicious. Good, dude. They're so good. I think we were on Aliens.
Oh, bro, do you want to jump that already? That is something funny. Me and Drew, we've always said we're just going to have a podcast one day where we don't talk about real estate. We just talk about dude, this is hilarious. So I don't know if you ever heard me speak about my father-in-law. So my father-in-law is a super bright guy, very intelligent, very well read, a doctor of medicine, and he's also one of my best friends. He's the fucking man. He's super young. I think he just turned 50 or something, right? So he's honestly like, it's like one of my boys. But, I'm his idiot son-in-law, right? Like, I'm not well-versed or any of this, you know what I mean? I've won them over with time. They see I treat their daughter well. I'm a good father. I try, and I brought him up on the one podcast, so he listened in, and he was like, dude, this is the other night. He's like, yeah, I got a great idea. Because, obviously, I'm like a knuckle dragger, like believe any conspiracy that comes across my Instagram feed. And he's like, yo, what if we start a spinoff of your pod and we'll pick one conspiracy to sit down and talk about, right?
Ooh, I like that.
One conspiracy to sit down and talk about. I bring my knowledge, which is very minimal, or whatever I can obtain of a conspiracy.
I object to that. I object.
And he will research it himself, and he will come with factual data to either support or crush it, and then we'll sit there and we'll debate it. And I think it has like a very funny dynamic, right? It's got the father-in-law, son-in-law dynamic. It's got the two different worlds, right? He's like the VP of his company, and I'm the VP of the Unfolded podcast. But it's funny because we get into it sometimes about it. And like one specific conspiracy that kills me and that like, I don't want to say lose sleep over, but it gets my blood pressure going is the moon landing.
Dude,
Bro,
let's go.
So
let's go. All right, I want to hear your perspective first while I grab another
just
pickle.
tell me this. I know this just came up on other podcasts, but I've been saying this for years. How the fuck, bro, I don't get cell service on 252 by my house, right? My supercomputer created in 2025 cannot complete a phone call on 252. They called from the moon to Houston on a fucking, and that Houston answered on a landline. On a landline. They called from a radio and they answered in Houston on a landline. So like, make that make sense, right? That, and then as if you've ever watched the videos of the guys on the moon, it literally looks like puppets. They're just like, and people are like, oh, well, yeah, it's less gravity. Dude, they're not real. They're little figurines like bouncing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And if you think about the whole reason they did it, it was a race against Russia and China. Right. It was a propaganda war. Right. And like now in 2025, like we see that like basically the media, everything, like we're just fed propaganda from every angle down to like Disney movies now, right? At such a young age.
Absolutely.
Right. And like, dude, I have friends, like, you know, I have very close friends now that are from Poland and Ukraine and all over the world. And like, obviously, like you have discussions about stuff and like, dude, the propaganda we're fed here in the United States, I love our country, but the bullshit we're fed is beyond the rest. Like we say Russia and these other countries are fucking brainwashed. Dog, we're up there.
We are definitely up there, man. Like that whole thing, that whole topic, my brain goes literally
bullshit
100 different directions, right?
Bullshit meter. Why? And we never went back?
Well, so that's the thing, right? It's like
it's expensive.
If we go there first, right? If we say there's just no way that we did it, that's one thing, right? But it's like to the point of being an arms race at the time, because essentially that's what it was, right? Who has the most technologically advanced society to be able to do something like that? But so, and it ties into why haven't we gone back, right? Like if it was all a hoax, the other countries have to know that it was a hoax as well. So why has nobody else been like, oh, you know what? Well, those lying fucking Americans never actually went, so let's go.
I think because they did the same thing. I think that Russia went shortly after, and so did China. They're like, yeah, we went too.
I don't know, man. I can make sense of it and be like, okay, well, of course they lied to us with the videos and everything that we see of the moon landing and everything, and their little tinfoil space apparatus that landed and everything. It's like, come on, man, really? Like, just somebody that knows nothing about materials science that looks at the craft that landed. Like, come on, man.
And you saw the craft that obviously, yes, there's more gravity on Earth, and what it took to get there. That they just had this little pod that just was like boop and just jumped back off the moon and
makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Maybe it happened, but from my
research, the thing. I think it makes more sense that it's like it did happen, but what they showed us
was bullshit.
Was made in a studio and everything. Yeah. Just so it's like they had something to show the people that couldn't conceptualize being on the moon.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, there's a different spin at it.
I think that there's something to that. I'm also not smart enough. I'm just a dumb shit high school dropout, right? But it's also hard to believe that any governing body could cover up a lie that big for that long.
So that's what Drew says, my father-in-law. He's like, dude, like a lie can't stay in a small room, man. Let alone a country or a whole. It would just have to be next level. It'd be have to a whole
That's right.
next level.
And it could be.
Persuasion.
It could very well be.
But who knows? But yeah, I don't know. That I'm not buying. One thing I definitely like, this is like 100% bullshit. Sasquatch. Like, not a
Sasquatch is real, man.
Really? Oh, dude, I don't know.
No,
I think that's bullshit.
Yes, that's
that
gotta
one's
be bullshit.
Aliens, like I said, we'll go through the list. It's like aliens, probably real.
Aliens are definitely real.
Like, because if you look
1,000,000%
if they aren't, that
aliens are
is
real.
way scarier. To think there's nothing else living in the universe.
Yeah, it's actually fucked up to think.
Did you ever
that
see the
there's nothing
zoom
else.
out of like what our planet
insane.
is to the galaxy? It's a speckle of sand. So like I like to say there is, just because it makes what we have here seem less fragile,
Yes.
right? So it's a peace of mind. You know what I mean? We are just basically on a spinning rock out in the middle of nowhere.
We are.
Right.
We are.
Allegedly.
Dude, I'll tell
Unless
you what.
it's all a simulation.
So, to that point, here we go, baby.
Yeah.
I still remember the scene in Men in Black, right at the end of the movie, where like Will Smith opens the locker. It's just a locker, this big, right? And it's like, to the creatures that are in that locker, it's an entire fucking planet, man. Like, you know, it's a very interesting concept, and that kind of ties into, in my brain at least, the whole simulation theory and everything.
Yeah. Complexities of time, space, and
Yeah, man.
how it's all
It's
raveled
wild.
together.
It's really crazy when you think about it, you know? The idea that first that we could be a small part, like we could be a series of cells inside a larger body. Like we could be cells inside of another person or whatever.
Sure.
Right? You have no idea.
No
we could
idea.
actually be a cancer inside of
Yeah.
another being.
The way it seems, the
whatever
world
you want
is
to call
right
it,
now, for
you know?
sure, man. No, it's really crazy, like, and that's so wild. Like, if you do think about it, like how much, like obviously we're all stuck in our own little bubbles, right, in our minds and in our consciousness. Like, dude, there's so much unknown to every layer of that,
Yep.
right? Like, people don't understand a lot of basic shit we deal with they're just like, oh, well, science said this and sounds good. We'll leave it at that.
And that's the thing where science fiction and like technology kind of converge for me right now, right? Is where we're at with technology, where we're at with AI, and it's a not normal conversation, but like at least people are talking about the idea, the concept of what is consciousness, what actually makes us human,
Yes.
right? It's a very weird thing that nobody can really quantify and identify, like what is human, right? Because like as AI is getting better, it's like, okay, well, is it as good as a human? It's like, well, there's a couple questions there, man.
Yes, there's layers.
First and foremost, like
Where they're saying AGI.
what makes human, like,
human?
yeah, unique and everything. Like what differentiates like a computer from a human?
Independent thought.
Dude, we're getting, well, so what does that mean? What does independent thought mean? It's
Yeah.
like you can program independent thought. It's random, like
Generation of ideas. Yeah.
generated. Yeah, man. Like, so is that what makes us human? I don't think so.
Yeah, no one has an answer.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And
man.
it's obviously, like I've talked about this before briefly on here, but the technological advances we've seen just in our lifetime, it's leaps. I mean, there's a term for it, like how it jumps and it expands and jumps and expands and jumps and expands incrementally over time. But just that expansion of leaps of technological gain that we're seeing at such a rapid pace. It's like we as like us, as humans, we can't perceptualize what's on the horizon of technology. Yeah, I might do one of those bad boys.
That's what you need.
Take one of that little Miller latte. No, but it's really wild, man. I think what is it? It's AGI is what they're trying to achieve. Yep. And that's another thing, man. And actually
they keep moving the bar on that as well.
They're moving the bar on that, but this is something I brought up with when I was talking to Frankie about AI. I don't know, like a lot of people use ChatGPT, right? They have a super simple user interface that anyone that can operate Google and download an application on their phone can utilize ChatGPT, whatever, Perplexity, any of these things, Google's Gemini. And what it is you ask it questions and, you can almost use it to troubleshoot anything in life down to like personal things, right? But like ChatGPT and all these things are yes men. They're telling you what you want to hear.
Well,
in a sense, unless
there's a reason to that.
Yeah, but it's baiting you. It's baiting you in.
Yeah,
and it's scary that the first dose of it that's being given to society as a whole it's so captivating because you can go to it where one of your buddies might tell you you're a fucking idiot. That thing's gonna tell you, nah, you're on the right track. Keep doing it. And here, I'll make you a game plan to keep doing it. And you're doing great. And keep it up. Like, yeah, I get it. It's motivational. It's positive. But it's fucking scary. Yeah. Yep. It is very scary to think about it. It's very scary.
It absolutely is. But so you think about my mind goes so many different directions on that as well, right?
It's like, a lot. It's all a lot to perceptualize.
If you
cheers.
Boom. If you follow the money trail, so many things make sense.
Like the big money trail.
With AI, with what they're doing right now, it's like there's the product, there's the technology and what its capabilities are and what its limitations are, right? But then there's a whole different layer, which is like the human abstraction layer of how do I have the best product in the world, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that people want to use it, right? So how do I make people want to use it? So they intentionally engineered ways to, like, it's literally psychological triggers and what makes people tick in normal life. Let's layer that into software and make the experience addictive, right?
Yes.
So even if we have to dumb down the product and not output the greatest things that we can, we have to do that in order to make the product more sticky so we can make money to be able to continue improving upon the product to make it better so we can hopefully solve all of humanity's issues or wipe us off the face of the earth.
Yeah. And it's scary to hear the probabilities. And like, I think there was some kind of thing that they all had to sign, like maybe a year or two ago, some kind of like an AI act that all these 7 big companies had to sign. Basically, it's like the Elimination Act or something that's like, you got to make sure what you're creating can't by chance eliminate humanity. And some of them were like, I don't know if I can actually sign this. But then they're all like, it's like an arms race within itself. You know what I mean?
It is.
They all want to create the best because
Totally
they're
is.
like, because they want to be able to be the top dog, to be able to have control of it.
Yep.
But then like you fall victim to whatever their ideologies are and whatever their vision of the correct way to utilize and control it is. And 7 fucking people or 7 companies are now in charge of what the billions of people on Earth are going to fall victim to should it go wrong.
Yep.
And the fact that the probabilities of it going wrong are even at like 20% is fucking scary. And there's another thing, like, I'm big on Gary V, right? I like that he's just kind of like in your face and shoots it straight in a sense. But he was like, he did a thing and he was like, all right, everyone here, like, raise your hand if you use ChatGPT, and everyone raises their hand. And he's like, all right, now what if I told you guys all have kids or whatever? And he's like, yeah, everyone's like, yeah, we got kids, you got grandkids. He's like, all right, your grandkids, 1 out of 15 of them will be married to a AI bot. How does that make you feel? And everyone was like, oh shit. They was like, no way. And he's like, yeah, well, remember how taboo online dating was 10, 15 years ago? It's going to be the same. And think about what that's going to do to humanity, right? With population already being an issue and all this shit. And think about how that's all going to tie in. Like, we're up for, like, I try to be very optimistic and not pessimistic, but it is scary fucking times.
Dude, it's
exciting.
tough.
It's exciting in a sense, but
Agreed.
there is that realm of fear. And growing up watching Terminator,
Terminator, iRobot. The ironic fact, I fucking love Elon, right? The ironic fact that I just read something. Well, I read a headline. I didn't read the whole article because that's how ADHD works, man. You know. But I read a headline that whoever the producer of the movie iRobot was is now suing Elon for making his Optimus robots basically look like the iRobot.
I mean, what do you make? They made a generic humanoid robot. Like, how far off can you go?
Yeah, I don't know. But
the murder bots. Yeah, we gotta worry about
murder bots, man. It could be a thing.
It's more reason to train jujitsu, right? At least you have a standing chance.
We're fucked.
I think we're fucked.
Yeah, man. It's like I'm bullish on technology. I'm bullish on AI, but we're at such a weird time because I really think that, I mean, shit, I had the same perspective 10 years ago before the dawn of AI, right?
Yeah, because you're in that
I hate looking forward more than 2 years. I'm like, more than 2 years in the future, incomprehensible to me, right? But now it's like, dude, if I try to look 5 years into the future, being knowledgeable about what's happening in the world and with technology, and I'm probably privy to more things than a lot of people are because of what I do. It's hard to picture anything other than the two extremes of
utopia.
Yeah, but even with utopia, like
people going people.
I can't picture what that looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we can picture what annihilation looks like, right?
Yeah, but
that's one of the outcomes.
Utopia, like human beings need purpose.
They need purpose.
Right? And if you take away, work or whatever makes people get up in the morning, then what is there to live for?
And this fucks people up because the reality is, I think I'm going to make up a percentage here, right? 90% of people hate their fucking job. Oh, right? 90% of people hate their job.
I would think it is 90%. It's gotta be.
It's gotta be.
Well, maybe say 70 admit it.
Maybe 60 or 70 admit it, and 90 or 95% actually hate their job.
Sure.
Right? But if you take away that job from everybody, I guarantee you they lose their purpose, right? And
look what happened.
All of those people that would object to that now are like, no, I would love to have all the time to spend with my family, to raise my kids, to grow a garden in my backyard, to take up golf, whatever, right?
Only golf so
it's
much.
like if you take away all of those things that, as of right now, make us, human and have purpose, right? Jobs, careers.
Yeah.
Like, if you take that away, man, I don't know.
I mean, look at like COVID, for instance, right? Like when people like lost jobs and were stuck at home, like look at the depression rates and I don't know, suicide rates probably went up and like alcoholism and all this shit.
People were getting free money, man.
Free money, and they were getting a taste that, hey, yeah, you want to fucking stay home every day and watch TV and catch up on all your Netflix shows. And some people benefited from it. Some people, a lot of good came out of it, right? That downtime, new companies were created, and people that wanted to take chances on themselves, and that was their opportunity, and they seized it. But the vast majority of people just kind of fucked off.
Yep.
Right? And I don't know how you kind of expect a different outcome.
Yep.
So,
dude, I had a mentor a couple years ago, and he asked a question. I'm probably going to butcher this, but it was kind of along the same principle of like the Tony Robbins theory of, going like whatever it is, 7 layers deep on a question, right? It's like, okay, Geller, ready? So let's say
do I have to think and respond to these questions?
You have to think and respond to this,
right,
ready?
7 layers.
So tomorrow, you acquire $100 million. Doesn't matter where it comes from. $1 billion. Doesn't matter. Let's say it's $1 billion, right? What are you doing?
I'm not touching the money. I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to start doing a lot of research on how to protect it from myself.
Okay.
And somehow invest in something that will yield enough return that my family and generations to come can benefit from it.
Okay.
And I might buy a Lamborghini.
Perfect.
Or 2. I might get you one too.
And then
I'll get you one.
My man.
And then what? So there's 6 more layers to this. And then what? I think something like that's a lot to conceptualize, right? And then it's like, do you quit your job? Do you even draw attention to it? Maybe it's not draw attention to it.
Right.
Like I probably wouldn't want to draw. I would probably go to work the next day like nothing fucking happened. And
But eventually, all right, 6 months later, what are you
6
doing?
months later,
You're not staying there.
I get yelled at for like being on my phone or something.
Yeah. You're not staying
I'm
there.
rolling out.
And if all you do is you run a company, you're like, I'm shutting this down.
Yeah.
Right?
I would probably try to figure out what I could do to have a mass positive impact on the world.
Okay.
I would do that.
So we're getting there. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So mass positive impact would
And
probably.
then what?
So it would be layer 1. Second would be like try to incognitally separate myself from my current day in, day out and not draw attention. 3 would be like a research phase. That would maybe be like a couple years of like traveling the world, doing some research, trying to figure out like what could be benefited.
It's so funny because everybody, if they actually do this activity, falls into the same category, and I did as well.
Oh, really?
Go
Fuck.
ahead. Yep.
All right.
Continue.
So whatever. Then the boom,
Continue.
boom, 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 and then I would get to the point. I guess like I don't know. I think you're ever searching for fulfillment in some way.
That's right. But I
where
think
does that
like
end?
when you start to think through this, not like in conversation, right? Like you start to think through this yourself. The point is, once you get a couple layers deep, right? It's like, okay, for anybody, it's, well, of course I'm gonna stop doing whatever I was doing that I didn't like, whether it's
Sure.
my job or my business
Yeah,
or
but what do you
cut off
like?
relationships. And then I'm gonna pay down all my debt, right? Like I'm gonna pay off my house. I'm gonna buy my buddy a house. I'm gonna buy my buddy a Lambo, right?
I probably wouldn't pay off my debt.
Oh, that's a different topic.
I would let them crash my fucking credit, and I'd be like, I don't give a shit. I don't need your credit anyways.
If you had $100 billion, that is not what you would do.
Crash my credit?
No way.
Why not? What do you need credit for when you got $100 billion?
Fair, but you wouldn't.
No, I would. I probably would.
Yeah?
They can't put
Fuck
you in
'em,
jail,
'cause
right?
fuck 'em.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck you. Hey, a win for the good guys.
But still,
Yeah,
the
okay.
point
But-
remains. You go a layer deeper, and it's like, okay, well, what do you do after that? Well, I'm going to take some time. I'm going to travel with my family. I'm going to do nothing. I'm
Yeah.
going to disconnect from the world,
Sure.
right? I'm going to spend time with the people that I love. Maybe I'm going to develop a new hobby, right? I like golf.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend a year and golf around the world, man, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, then what after that? And you start thinking about it, and it's like, well, I couldn't do that forever. I couldn't do that forever. And it always leads back to basically what currently identifies as what matters the most to you. It's like, okay, well, I want to make a difference in some way. So maybe I do that through whatever resonates most with you. Maybe it's building golf clubs that are better than everything else out there.
Sure.
Maybe it's, simply having a podcast where you can share your message and your experience and your vision with the world, right? And ultimately, it's like the idea of that exercise is get to that point when you think through, I've done all of the things that I think I want to do, and I'm in the bonus rounds. I'm in the fucking bonus rounds of life. Now what do I do? That's probably closer to in line with what your purpose is as a human on this planet.
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense. And it is hard to verbalize at the drop of the dime. And it's kind of crazy because I do think a lot about like, what would I do? What would I do? But to conversationally like have it come up and not have the perfect answer, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, man.
And, if I don't have it figured out, I'm sure most people fucking do.
No.
Because I at least put fucking some thought and focus into it, right?
Yep.
But I feel like, you know, like I didn't mention like taking care of my family. I did it a little bit, but like I feel like that's just like breathing air.
Right.
Right. Like
It's
I don't
a
even feel like
no-brainer.
that has to be mentioned.
It's a
You know what I
no-brainer.
mean? Where some like some people like not to stray, but like I know if you talk to like Michael Ho about like his why. And most people he's like, nah, my family's not my why. And people are like,
Yeah.
and he's like, I breathe air and I take care of my family. It's one and the same. It's my existence. I don't need to verbalize that because it's fucking.
That's right.
It's just it's a non-negotiable thing of the way I would live life.
Yep.
So,
Dude, the family.
It's pretty
thing,
deep.
Oh man, it's funny because last night at that SPG dinner, right? It's like it again came up because it always comes up in rooms with entrepreneurial people because so many people's like driving force as to why they deal with the incredible amount of headache and heartache that they do in business. Their driving force is their family,
Yes.
right? And I think that's noble. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's fantastic, right? But I think people evangelize way too much about this is the way that you should be, and everything that you do, Ryan, should be so you can spend more time with your family, so you can spend more time with your kids, you know? And if you don't do that, by the way, you are not a good husband. You're not a good father, right? Like,
Sure.
You should, once you achieve X amount of dollars, right? Like once you're making enough money, you should spend 10 hours a week working, and you should spend the rest of the time taking your kids to school, doing this, going on date nights 4 nights a week with your spouse and everything. And that might be somebody's reason or purpose. It's not mine. I don't know. And I don't think you should fucking push that on everybody. I think it's a productive thought.
Yeah, I think a
right?
good way
But to put people down and be like, you are lesser
Yeah.
of a person because you have money and you could spend more time with your family. I don't know, man. I think kind of the polar opposite. I think it's kind of a selfish thing.
Yeah, I guess it is selfish in a sense. I think one thing on that note is just to focus on being more intentional with your time with your family. I think intention's fucking hard. It is hard, and especially with all the distractions we face in today's world and with our businesses and everything. I think focusing on how intent you can be with your family time is what should be the main focus. Like, I don't think you need. If I told my wife I wanted to take her out 4 nights a week, she'd be like, "I'm fucking sick of you."
That's right.
And
that's right. Mine too. Hands down.
Yeah. Like,
she would object to that, but
I think
she would go
there's
crazy.
balance
Man.
because like you also got to consider like, you know, your family has each person has their own life, even though you're all intertwined. Everyone has their own lives, so you don't want to overwhelm them and drive them away, but you know, be intentional with the time you do have with each other,
dude.
I think
absolutely.
I think that's the key. And me and Frank touched upon that the last episode, episode 7, if you guys want to check it out.
Boom.
But it's crazy, man. But look, no one knows. We're all just out here trying to fucking figure it out. I don't think there's any blueprint. I don't think there's any.
There isn't, because everybody's different. Everybody has
Yes.
different experiences, different philosophies, and ultimately, I think different purposes that were put on this planet, you know?
I think like the main thing is if you can focus on intention, protecting your peace, right? My wife's big on that. She always talks about protecting her peace, right? Like if she has a client that's driving her nuts, she will not hesitate to tell said client that she thinks she should go work with a different stylist.
I love that.
You know what I mean? And she's like, I've learned that from her. You know what I mean? She's been adamant. She's been very adamant about that, and it's very admirable. I can't even say that word.
Bro, I'm with you.
But yeah, I think if people learn how to gauge how they felt and do things by feeling, so intention led and do things by how you feel, I think that's kind of, you know, it's not a blueprint, but it's a nice guiding light.
Yep.
into how to live your life.
Yep.
And I don't think people keep that in forefront. Because
Totally
it's tough.
agree.
It's tough because we all do shit that sucks.
Yep.
Because we're like, all right, I'm going to get fucking paid at the end of this or whatever, an ego stroke or whatever it may be, whatever is driving you.
Dude.
But I think if you can, like, I've done it a lot this year, and I'm kind of in the thick of it. You know what I mean? A couple businesses going on, a lot of sweat, equity, time being put in, My wife's opening a salon. I was there till 3:30 in the morning the other night. Yeah, I worked night shift. I worked an afternoon shift. I went right from afternoon shift. I worked at the salon. I had to get back up at 6 a.m., go back to work. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of time. Yes, could I hire somebody to do it? Probably. But, we're in the thick of it. We're trying to build something and build a future. And, capital is, it's one of those things. It's like, we don't got the money for it right now. Fuck it.
Resource, man.
I'm going to go, I'll do it my fucking self. And look, I'm not going to do it myself forever.
Yep.
But in this situation, I'm going to fucking do it.
Yep.
And outside, someone like coaching me or so whatever might have their opinion, like, oh, you should have just paid somebody. And yes, I do think you should pay people for shit.
Yep.
But I think in the early stages of building, you need to get in there. You got to learn. You got to understand what it takes to do the work. And then, when you're profiting or whatever, then spend the money.
And but that's ultimately my point is like, people ultimately want to help, right? It's like when they give you advice, when they give you feedback, they're doing it usually from a place of, I want to be helpful, right? You shouldn't spend your time doing that. You should just hire somebody. It's like, okay, but you don't understand all of the variables. You don't understand all the pieces. You don't understand the financial aspect, right? It's like there's so many different things that somebody from an outside perspective looking in, even if they have way more insight and experience than I do, they simply can't know all of the
it's hard to conceptualize
the variables for you.
Correct.
Right? So a lot of times it ends up hurting us because we're like, dude, I had a coach, again, years ago that was like, you're never allowed to strap on a tool belt again on your flips, because at the time it's like I was flipping a lot more houses and I was wholesaling a lot as well. Yeah. And it's like, he basically broke it down to me. Is like, with the revenue that you're doing, if you do any activity that is less than $2,700 an hour, you're a fucking idiot. And I understood where he was coming from when you look at big picture, but it's like, when I look at my bank account right now today, I don't know how I cannot do those things, right?
Correct.
So you have to be able to, again, read between the lines of, that's a good target to move towards. And in the future, I would love to not have to do these activities because I can pay someone else to do them.
Unless you enjoy it.
But for right now, absolutely.
Unless
if you
fucking
enjoy it, it's a different thing.
Oh, yeah, get out there.
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, learning your dollar per hour. And on paper, the dollar per hour thing makes fucking sense. You should focus on revenue producing tasks ahead of anything. And if it's something as simple as laundry service or Instacart or whatever it may be, if you can make more money in that time that it would take you to do that task, like Hermosy's big on that, right? He's big on putting out all these scenario-esque things, right? He's been very successful in business, but it's very hard when it's like, how the fuck? And I guess it all ties in together. It's like, okay, yeah, if you spent the time making the money, then it makes sense. But at the same time, when the money's not there in the beginning, you got to put work in. I think it all comes down to you got to do what you got to do. It's for a certain extent.
And you shouldn't have shame in that, right?
Correct.
Like, and I bring that up because after my coach told me that years ago, I felt bad when I did have to strap on a tool belt and go like get a job done, right? Yeah. It's like I got a punch list that's left, and it's like the only thing separating me from the $60,000 payout is me going there and spending 6 hours of my life making sure everything's done. But I feel bad about it because it's like somebody that I look up to and respect very deeply told me, you're an idiot if you go and do this thing.
Yeah.
But there was no other way that I could have done it, right?
Yeah, you'd have to drastically inconvenience someone else and probably pay them. And then you got to, even if it's like one of your trusty workers, there's still a room for potential error there.
Dude.
That could fuck you.
And the biggest piece that nobody wants to talk about is like, it doesn't matter what level you're at. Being being cash strapped is real at all levels,
yes,
man.
Yes.
You know, it's like I have been broke so many fucking times, man. And it's like there's no shame in that, you know? Like the reality is, especially with people in real estate, like people in real estate, they usually have a big net worth on paper, but most of them, if they're being honest, any given time when you ask them, like, yo, dog, how much money you got right now in your checking account? A lot of them don't have much, like not much more than your person that's living paycheck to paycheck, right?
It's like, I had this $46,000 check come in yesterday, and then a $52,000 one come out today.
Go out. Yeah, man. Like cash flow is real, man, at all levels.
Yes.
And people that have been in business for a long time, it's almost like embarrassing to be like, I payroll is going to be tight this week.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's a reality.
It's a reality.
It's a reality. That's not you being a failure. That's a lot of time. Like there's layers to it, right? There's levels.
Yes.
And
But
if you're aggressively growing and doing whatever it is that you do in whatever industry that it is, dude, growth costs money, man.
It does.
Growth costs a lot of money.
Construction, for example, like my one buddy, or my two friends that have a construction business, dude, they're fucking killing it. They're killing it. They got a ton of trucks. They got a ton of workers. They're putting out quality product. But, hey, they're 5 years in and they haven't cut each other paychecks yet. You know what I mean? Because what's more important? A new piece of machinery, having money for payroll each week, taking care of their employees, doing this because they have the vision of that growth. So, if you see from an outside looking in and you're out to dinner with them, you're like, oh, so-and-so can cover the bill. They're balling. But no, they're in the fucking, they made $5 million this year. They probably spent all 5 of it.
4.9.
4.9. Yeah, whatever that little bit to live, you know what I mean? And that's a big thing I think that gets overlooked when people are like, hey, listen, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Yes, in a sense, yes. But you have to be able to weather the storm. Mm-hmm. And it's funny, but you do level up. I think each time you hit a new, like, oh my God, like the sky's falling and I don't think I could take another ounce of stress. You hit that ceiling. Now it's like you crack the threshold and then you crack a threshold. Like something that would have made me probably have a minor stroke a year ago. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even bat an eye at today. I'd be like, oh, well, whatever. Yep. So there's layers of growth within that, which I think is a fun part of the journey.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But when you're in the thick of it, it is not fun.
Yeah, man.
It sucks. But then the social view of a lot of it is, oh, you got this. Oh, you're killing it. You're killing it right now. Right. I'm like, no. Yeah. No, I'm not fucking killing it, man.
Yeah.
But I think more people need to be transparent about that.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like when you're in that season and you're in the thick of the shit and everything is going wrong, right? It's like you're in that storm. You feel like you're on an island all by yourself.
Yes.
Right? And it doesn't even matter if you have coaches, right? Because that time for me, 7 years ago, I had coaches, right? Like I had people that were in my corner, but the advice, the feedback that they were giving me, though they thought that it was constructive, good feedback and 60,000 foot view, it was the right feedback.
Yes.
It wasn't the right feedback for the time and all the variables that I had going for me and the lack of fucking money that I had at the time, right? Yeah. It was still good feedback, but it's like, there's nobody that I can go to. I'm all on my own. There's nobody that's coming to help me. There's nobody that's coming to save me. I just have to figure things out, man.
Yeah.
I have to figure it out. I'm all on my own.
Yeah, what's that analogy? It's like the buffalo. It's like runs towards the storm, not away from it because you can get through it quicker.
Yep.
So that's all you just got to fucking buckle down and power through.
You just do it.
You know what I mean? A little bit of faith and yeah, man, it's wild. It's fun though.
It's definitely interesting.
It's interesting. It is interesting. You know what I mean? The
I
chaos.
think you do have to be
have the mind for
a sick
it.
animal.
Yeah, you gotta like pain. You gotta like pain. It's almost like a gambling addiction in a sense, right? Like that. You know what I mean? When things are going too good, you're like, oh my God, oh no, I need to fucking try to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed. You know what I mean?
Well, yes.
Right? You get yourself in trouble.
Absolutely. Because ultimately, entrepreneurs all have the same characteristic in that we love solving problems and we're good at solving problems. So when you finally get to a point, and it doesn't matter, again, if we're talking about somebody that has a regular W-2 job or has a business or has a relationship, whatever. As soon as everything is running smoothly in your life, you're like, I need some problems.
Yeah.
So you will go and create problems. Even if you have a business that's printing a crap ton of profit and everything is wonderful, it's like, how can I make some more problems, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's the worst thing that you can do because you have a system, you have a process that works, that's, you know, repeatable, and you're making money and everything, and you end up fucking it up because you wanted a new problem to solve.
For sure. I think, like, and to that note too, like a thing with scale, right? Like how much is enough, right? Like you can probably get to like a solid, like I think Nick Massini talks about this a lot, how he likes how his operations just like him, like one other guy maybe. And he's like, look, I'm making a ton of money and these are my headaches and that's it. And they're not beyond that. He's like, I don't need to go create a fucking whole organization around me to only make X amount more, because your overhead rises as you try to go.
Sure
so
does.
like, and I think a lot of people chase that large scale business. I don't know if maybe are they blind to the realities of what revenue could be, or is it an ego thing?
No,
like,
it's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap, right?
And a lot of that does come
like
to
that Star, I think that Star Wars guy. It's a trap.
It is a trap. Yeah. The fucking what's that? Boba Fett or whatever.
Yeah, one of those.
It's a trap.
Yeah, one of those dudes.
So here's the downside to the Mastermind, whatever you want to call it.
They feed that, right? And then it's like, can I show up next year and have a bigger business than so and so? Or
partially that, and partially is like without even the intention of telling you what you should do with your business, telling you how you should be as a leader, right? It's like so much of it is your ego feeding into it, right? It's like you get into a group, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about a mastermind or just buddies of yours that are doing a little bit more business than you, right? It's like that 5 people that you surround yourself with,
Sure.
right? You start to see, okay, I'm running this business that is in a parallel industry to what Geller is doing, right? But he's doing 10 times more than me. And I see that he has a storefront. He has company vehicles. He has employees. He has branding. He has commercials, right? Logically, that's the next step for me. Doesn't matter if I'm already living the life that I wanted to live and I'm working 10 hours a week and doesn't matter, but make up a number. I'm paying myself $300,000 profit a year and I'm working 10 hours a week and I can travel whenever I want. I can do whatever I want. I feel that the next step is what Geller's doing because he's doing more than me without actually knowing the full picture. All that I know is you're doing more than me. You're doing more business. You're doing more deals. You're opening more laundromats, whatever it is. It's like, that's the next step for me. That's the next level. Therefore, I have to follow what he is doing. I have to get a storefront. I have to get company vehicles. I have to hire more people. I have to have systems and processes and people and payroll and HR and all these things.
Yeah.
And so many times, the guys that do that already achieved what they set out to fucking do, man. That, like, their whole goal was to make a couple $100,000 a year and be able to work autonomously whenever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah.
And, you know, not have to work 40 hours a week, not have to answer to a boss. They already did it.
Yeah.
But they're trying to get to the next level. They think that that's it, and they go to chase it, and without knowing all of the other pieces of your business and the inner workings of your life.
Yeah.
And more importantly, not knowing what your goals are. So now they're trying to shadow what you did without knowing the inner workings of your business, your process, your life, your experiences, and what your goals and expectations are. But they're shadowing what you do. It's insane. But that's how it goes. That's how it works.
That's how it goes. And I feel like everyone, like not everyone, but I feel like a lot of people just like keeping up with the Joneses in a sense, right? But in business, and it's wild, man. It's wild. And I guess that's like, you know, maybe write it down, reiterate your goal to yourself over time, maybe. I don't know. Try to keep it in the forefront of your mind. But it does.
You actually chase
when you put it as labeled as a trap. I've never heard it conceptualized that way, but that's kind of what it fucking seems like. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because at the end of it, now you're working 70 hours a week, and you're
managing people that you never wanted to manage,
and you're only making $275,
spending more money. Yeah, man.
You know what I mean,
dude? That is what has happened to so many buddies of mine that have joined different groups, gotten around different people that were doing so much more than them in the real estate realm specifically, and they end up miserable. It's like, dude, you were 20 years old and you were making a couple $100,000 a year profit on a couple hours a week, and you could do whatever you wanted. And instead you were like, oh, I'm going to be like Drew. I'm going to hire people. I'm going to buy a building. I'm going to, do all these things. And it's like, yeah, but you didn't know what my incentives and my driving forces were in the first place. And you didn't know any of the other variables either, right? Don't chase what isn't really impactful to you.
That's it.
Boom.
That's it. If you can pick anything out of this besides the moon landing being bullshit, it would be what Drew just said right there. You know what I mean? Don't let someone put you down for what you're doing.
Don't let them put you down.
It's almost even, depending on your point of view, it's almost more admirable. I can't say that fucking word. Admirable.
It's a tough word.
That is a tough word for me to say. Damn. It's like my mother-in-law. She can't say Vietnamese.
You need to take a shot. Vietnamese.
Do you want to do one shot? Do one?
Baby.
Do a pickleback?
What are we gonna do?
We'll do a pickleback. I don't typically drink bourbon like I stated. But yeah, like I was saying, I think it's more admirable to realize that guy that's staying in his lane and he's humble and he's content with what he has is truly winning more than the guy that is running the potential Fortune 500 company.
Man. Know what you're after. All right,
we're going to dive into this.
Let's go,
Little
man.
Angels.
Let's go.
My past favorite career,
so
bartending.
While you're pouring that, let me ask you, because you got them on the table there. Tell me about Zins.
Oh, don't do them. They're fucking horrible.
Yeah?
Horrible, bro. Horrible. They're very addicting. I quit them cold turkey for 74 days. And it sucked. It was, I've given up alcohol in the past. I've given up other stuff, along the routes of life, and nicotine.
Wait, are we doing a shot of pickle juice also?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. You got napkins or anything down?
Let's go.
We're going to utilize the Santa costume. There's some chunks in here. So, yeah, pickleback. There you go.
Let's go.
A Jerry's pickleback shot. All right. So Zins are fucking horrible. Don't start them.
Okay.
I mean, if you're going to start them to quit cigarettes, go for it. I started them because I used to smoke a lot of cigars, Drew. And unbeknownst to me, there is...
Speaking of my soul.
Nicotine naturally occurring in tobacco. So cigars are addicting.
It's a thing.
I was at one point, I was smoking like 1 to 2 cigars a day, which isn't crazy, but...
That's a little crazy. It's a little extreme.
It might be fucking crazy. Like, I would golf with people. Right, and like most guys our age, they smoke on occasions. I would crush 6 cigars in a round of golf.
Damn, dog, that's a lot.
Yeah,
I smoke like 3-4 cigars a week, and most people are like, "That's a lot."
Yeah, I was crushing I wouldn't be weird for me to do like 5-6 cigars in a round of golf, chain smoking cigars. And it got to a point where I went to my dentist, and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Your teeth are disgusting." I'm like, "I brush, once, twice a day. I floss, like." What do you mean? She's like, no, they're tinted. And I was like, I smoke cigars. And she's like, how frequently? She's like, on the weekends? I was like 2 a day. And she took her like glasses off and was like, "Yo, no,
You gotta not.
you gotta stop." So I was like, all right, whatever. So I picked these things up, after like a quick Google search on nicotine, and these just came out at the time. This is probably like 2-3 years ago then. And so I just got hooked on these, and I noticed that it gave me that warm fuzzy feeling that I got from smoking cigars, but at the convenience of just being a little pouch, and it wasn't tobacco. It was healthier in an aspect. You know what I mean? They're being pitched right now as like the new thing, as cigarettes were back in the 19 whatevers, right? They were cool and sexy. But yeah, so I started doing them. And I was at a point where, dude, I was doing like 14 milligram pouches. And I think if you look it up online, like I think like a nicotine overdose is like 40 to 50 milligrams a day. And I was like smoking that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but I just didn't like being physically dependent on something. Like it would be like at the end of the night, kids are in bed, my wife's working, I run out of Zyn, and I was like running around the house for them, like, oh shit, like I'm out of nicotine. Like I felt like an addict. So I quit them for 74 days. And then since I've been back on, I'm using them very sparingly. I'm doing the low dosage. I'll do them like when I drink, but like I wasn't feeling great. I haven't done them in like 2-3 days. And then I brought them out tonight. So I'm trying to be more like intentional with my usage on them. But they do, I think, help you focus.
So is it a pouch? Is it a mint? What is it?
It's just
what is it?
It's just a little pouch, like how they used to.
I need to know.
Do you want to?
Right.
You want to? I'm not going to be the first person
Do you want
to
to
give you one.
Do you want to?
I'm not, because I got many people hooked on them accidentally, and if I got you hooked on Zyn, I apologize. But yeah, like if you're not smoking or don't need to quit something, I wouldn't do them.
Okay.
But highly addictive.
All right. Well, so obviously you've gone down the rabbit hole. Like, what is the known issues or side effects from it?
Something I saw specifically was my blood pressure was through the roof. Like through the roof. My blood pressure was super high.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty healthy. Like I usually go to the gym 4 times a week, if not 5. I eat pretty clean.
You don't go to jujitsu.
I know.
I'll tell you that.
Well, if Matt Kelly had a 4 a.m. class or a 5,
4 a.m.
was run a
Matt Kelly, we got to get a 4 a.m. class
a,
going.
A
Holy
4
crap,
a.m. for the psychopaths that have to be at work at 6 a.m. No, but I noticed my blood pressure was spiking. I looked up online. It said it could cause balding. And when I saw the balding, that's what made me lose my lust for it. Because what it does is nicotine constricts your blood vessels, right? So like your follicle underneath your hair, your blade of hair, is like you got to keep it healthy. And blood flow is key to that. So
bro, it can't be true. You have a wonderful head of hair and a ridiculously thick beard. That shit.
No. If you compare my hairline from like when I started to now, like it's definitely the peaks are receding. Bro, I'm a little anal about it, but bro, I do believe it. Yeah, I was seeing like clumps of hair coming out. But regardless, so it restricts your blood vessels.
Okay.
Right? And it's restricting blood flow. Your heart's got to pump harder to get blood to flow through your body. So like I noticed higher blood pressure, and maybe I'm fucking crazy, which probably isn't far off, but I felt like my hair was falling out. So those were 2 things that made me like drastically dial back my usage of it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they're great. Besides that,
other than that,
everything fucks you up.
To that point.
Cheers.
Oh my goodness! Why is mine so much bigger than yours?
My bad. Cheers.
There we go. Right back to the pickles.
It's delicious.
Ooh.
That's really good. It's almost too good.
Pickleback.
Pickle. You never had a
pickle? No.
Are you serious?
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
Really?
Didn't know that was a thing.
Bro, that was like everyone's.
But I'm going to eat another pickle right now.
Oh my God. That was like everyone's go-to shot.
Yeah.
Like when they turned 21, it was like picklebacks because it's just easy. Like you ask a bartender for a shot, he's like, "Yeah, just do a pickleback because I don't feel like making you some like fucking kamikaze or whatever."
Dude,
but
we've eaten like this whole container.
I'll get you more.
Your boy he's on
Jerry,
it, man.
And also, you got the unfolded 20 for a 20% discount. Don't forget. Got to get some. He's my first ad partner, and I slacked off. I apologize. I forgot to mention it the last 2 episodes. Just got kind of caught up in conversation. It was an afterthought. But
it happens.
They're fucking good, man.
It happens.
Actually, you're right in Westchester, right? Or not far off? Yeah, he'll deliver it to you. So I'll send you that. Yeah. I think he has a certain range he goes. It's pretty local to Delco, but he will deliver it to
Man,
the broader.
He's
Delco
going to be
area.
like the real life Santa to me if he delivers some pickles. Oh my God, I'm going to drop that.
Oh, that would be funny if he shows up. He should do his deliveries in the Santa suits. He might actually be
go.
doing that. Jerry's the man. He's a cool ass dude. He's funny. Actually, I should have him on here. I think I am. I think we got to put a face.
What are you doing?
We got to put a face to the pickle
Got to bring Jerry
goat
in.
of Delaware County.
Got to bring him in.
But it's
man.
funny, like pickles are niche in a sense. Like I think like generally everyone enjoys pickles, but I feel like it's almost like a food like bacon. Like it has a cultish following,
Fair.
right? More than other things. Like bacon's got a cultish following. Pickles, I didn't realize until I started like obviously promoting my boy
Eating pickles like
and
this,
enjoying these fucking delicious pickles.
So good, man.
But it does have like a cult like following, which is funny, man. So he's tapping into a niche where he's giving the people what they want.
He's on it, man. He's
Hell yeah.
on it.
Hell yeah, man. What else we got?
Geller.
It was pretty good. This was a good catch up.
This was good. This
Yeah.
was good. I enjoyed this. I don't know who's still with us, but this was
point.
fantastic for us.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I hope that we shared something that was valuable and impactful to
Yes.
someone.
I think there's definitely a lot of value within
Yeah.
this conversation. More so than we give ourselves credit for. Which is crazy.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? It's like I said, like I started this podcast. I was feeling burned out in other aspects of life. And this was something, and another thing, I always talk about journaling. I don't know if you journal or you probably write.
I did for a long time.
you
I
definitely
probably
take
haven't in a
notes.
little bit. Yeah.
But it's great. Like,
No. Actually, thinking of it, I journal even of jujitsu, but go ahead. I
yeah,
digress.
you can journal anything you want.
Yep.
But like, dude, when you take ideas out of your mind, put them on paper, then reflect back on them, the chances of it happening are so much more. It's more likely.
Yep.
I think the human brain has, this is probably so fucking off. I've been slaughtering acronyms and factual data for the last 8 episodes, but like say 78,000 thoughts a day. And you could have some really good fucking thoughts mixed in there, but if you don't write it down, it's gone. Right? It's gone.
Fully agree.
So when you write it down and you reflect back on it, and then you eventually, it might not happen the next day, but you take action on it, that's how you make things happen.
Just the activity of writing something down, it triggers something else in your brain that makes you reflect back on whatever it is that you're thinking about, whatever it is that you're writing down. And it's almost like looking at your life from a third person point of view or whatever that is, first person. I don't fucking know.
No, yeah.
Like it just gives you a different perspective and it makes it real in a different way.
I think it's good to get things out too. Like we had I brought this up the other night. We had a call with, I think his name was James James Hung. He's the owner of like the largest poke company in the fucking country. Dude's
okay, I don't even know what
it's
that
like
is.
the sushi bowls.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm a child. I eat like,
Chicken
chicken
fingers.
nuggets
Yeah.
and I love steaks.
But like, dude, it's somewhat it turned into a saturated market. But he's the leader because he's just fucking diabolical. But one thing he said in this call we had with him in our mastermind, right? I would never have had this opportunity to listen to a guy speak to us one-on-one that owns a $60 million business, unless I was in a mastermind. But he said, he's like, anxiety is just a compilement of thoughts inside your head. And what you need to do to alleviate is get them out. So whether it's like, he says he utilizes his like tasks build up in your mind and it causes anxiety. He's like, he was talking about how he utilizes calendar and he puts like even minuscule things on there because it gets it out of his head and it gets it onto his phone or his whatever calendar. And then it's out of his mind and then it frees up space for him to utilize his mind towards other tasks. So I feel like journaling in a sense kind of taps into that as well. Like you're just like, your memory card's full on your camera, download it onto a hard drive, and then boom, now you can record more shit. So I'm pitching the journal hard.
Dude, I
on
love
people. I'm like, if that's anything you can gain from these podcasts, start writing shit down.
Dude.
And it's cool to reflect back on because I've wrote stuff down years ago that was a pipe dream. And now I'm looking back, I'm like, oh, like crossing stuff off. Like there's something like the mental aspect and the physicality of like crossing off a task. You get like a little spark from.
Yep.
And like being able to go through an old notebook and be like, oh, I did all this shit. And at the time, it seemed like it was unachievable.
Yep.
And here we are. So, yeah.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah,
I love
man.
that. It's it's moving the needle in a small way on a day-to-day basis. And then when you look back, to your point, it's like, look years into the past. Oh my God, man. When I'm having a bad day, right? A bad day.
That's another good thing.
I look back like 3 years ago to what my issues were, to what my expectations were, to what the amount of money that I had in a bank account was. It's like, my bad day isn't that bad, man. Like I'm actually doing pretty good compared to what my expectations were.
Yes.
That's awesome, man. It's huge.
Yeah. I think our minds compartmentalize things, and, you know, if you can lay it all out and sort it out and look at it from a different lens, you get a lot more shit done. But yeah, the compound interest of moving that needle gradually per day. It's like I seen something the other day. It was about like reading, right? Like I've gotten really into reading over the last couple of years. I have a goal of over the next year. I start on December 4th. I'm trying to read and listen to 100 books. It's a lot.
Like total or in a calendar year or what?
Like 365 from December 4th. So I'm trying to read
in 365 days.
100
read 100 books. Okay.
And it's if you break it down,
that's
it's
ambitious though, man.
It's 79 pages a day, which is fucking outrageous.
It's a lot.
But if I do 10 pages a day, 10 pages is more than no pages a day.
Of course.
So that could add up to me reading. Say I read fucking 30 books. I set the big goal, little incremental daily chips away at it that I wouldn't have done unless I set the big goal, is now going to add up to gaining more than nothing.
Shoot for the moon.
It's crazy.
And worst case scenario, you end up among the stars.
Ah, there you go. And, you know, since NASA didn't go to the moon, I guess.
Fuck NASA, right? Fuck NASA.
Oh, man.
I think nothing is cooler than the fact that Elon with SpaceX is kicking the shit. And forget Elon even, right? It's just the fact that a private company, which, by the way, they're about to go public.
Oh, shit, really? When's that?
Coming up. You didn't hear it here. This is not financial advice.
You're gonna get some fucking. The FBI is gonna be kicking down the door of Revamp 365 the day this airs.
No, I hate. Stocks
I don't own any
like
stocks
that.
right now.
Yeah, man.
I don't own any, man, because it's like you're taking your money and just fucking trusting somebody else with it.
Yeah,
that they can
100%.
Like, smoke weed on a podcast and get canceled and fucking tank your shit, your fucking life savings.
Dude,
but I would buy SpaceX.
So. A lot of people would. It's so funny with Elon, right? Mm-hmm. Like I was just talking to Josh, my sales manager, today about like Elon and the dichotomy that his like big investors probably feel, right? It's like, yo, this dude's made me a lot of money. But then he goes on Rogan and he smokes weed and he's like, yeah, the Tesla stock is way overinflated. And it's like, oh, we go through the fucking floor. It's like, what is he doing? What is he doing?
Hey, but it always bounced back, man. That dude is fucking ruthless. He's got to be, on the topic of aliens, that dude's definitely an alien.
He might be an alien.
I think he's an alien.
He's definitely the closest thing to an alien intertwined with a human that we know of.
Well, that's in the social eye. I think there's a ton of them like X-Men X creatures fucking around the place. Right? There's a lot of dude, there's gotta be.
There's gotta be.
Maybe like
there's gotta be, right?
You know, you got Iron Will, who's basically like Wolverine.
That's true.
Without the
That's
claws.
true.
So but yeah, man.
That's a superhero right there, you know?
It's always funny to think about like the talent and the smarts that's just floating out in the world that doesn't meet or ever eventually get in front of the public eye.
That's the truth, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So there might be 30 Elons around the world that just, you know, woke up late one day for work and didn't make it happen or something. You know what I mean? You never know.
Yes, but at the same time, like, if somebody is just as intelligent,
it would be discovered,
but did not achieve the same level of impact on
that's a good way to word it,
economics or humanity. It's like, dude, I tell people all the time, right? Like to this point, it's perfect, right? Because I'm a bumbling idiot right now. Like we've been drinking the entire time, right? But alcohol aside, I am way dumber than so many of the dudes that I grew up with. And a lot of them are beyond paycheck to paycheck. Like a lot of them, unfortunately, aren't here anymore, you know?
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with intelligence. It has everything to do with what you do and how you process the things that happen to you.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's a lot of wasted, not to say wasted, but there's a lot of people that don't get to live to their full potential. And it's crazy. Like I can't, what's that one word I keep struggling saying?
There's a couple.
There's
apparently.
a couple. Yeah. There's a couple words.
Vietnamese?
No, I can say that. My mother-in-law can't. Like I'm not the most like articulated person in the world. And like I don't really try to act like I am. Though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time, like, listen, I'm like, but I will take chances.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Little seeds of there's seeds of ambition within what's it called? When you have setbacks, I always forget that word too. What are people that go through tough things in life? Drawing a blank.
I don't know. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, there's a word. There's a word for it. Whatever. Yeah, there's like seeds of ambition within like minor setbacks in life. And it's like when you hit a minor setback, you could harp on it and let it bury you, or you can, learn from it and grow. And I think that is key.
It is.
That's key. It's how you take what happens to you in life and you either harp on it and you let it crush you, or you say, fuck it, and then you go on to the next thing.
Dude.
So I think just adaptability. If there's a way to teach and coach and maybe put focus on adaptability more, I think a lot more people would live to their potentials. But, I mean, there's a lot of factors, like in everything else.
That's massive. What you just said is beautiful.
Yeah, but I think that, like you said, there's a lot of things and everything, variables and different situations and stuff. But I think people need to realize the potential each person holds within themselves. And I heard another thing. I need to like start writing down where I hear these like words of wisdom. Maybe I'm just making it up in my head, and I'm just gonna start putting my own name on it.
They're all yours, dude. Just write them down, and it's like now they're your
I'm just
quotes.
gonna put a Geller unfolded watermark behind everything.
Yes.
But it was like if your inner voice was a person, you would fucking hate that person. So think about that, like how your inner voice can be negative, like your negative self-talk. If you met your negative self-talk as a person, you would fucking hate them, and you'd like want to beat them up. So I think a lot of people let their inner self-talk talk them out of a lot of things in life. But if you can learn to separate from it and tell it to shut the fuck up and power through, you can make leaps.
Yep.
I think that's it. I think that's
dude, that's fire right there.
I think that's where we maybe leave this pod. What do you think?
Dude,
is that the last piece of knowledge?
That was the mic drop moment. That was it, bro. Geller.
Drew, appreciate you, man.
Fantastic pod. Appreciate you.
And now we're going over to the paid Patreon where we finish the rest of these beers.
Boom! Subscribe over at Patreon to see the rest of the episode.
The rest of the episode. Oh my God. Can you imagine doing that? Like I would feel bad to charge.
It's a thing.
For the behind the scenes.
But
one thing I did realize while the camera's still rolling, every time you hit the record off, you think of everything you forgot to talk about. Every time.
Yep.
Yep. But I think we covered a lot of bases tonight.
We covered all of the bases.
All of the bases from Pickles.
We could have went in other directions, but we covered all the bases.
We could have explained how you guys can burr your first deal, but you don't even need to.
We could have went there, but
you can just buy the revamped software.
Dude, look.
Join the Mastermind.
The reality is everybody's path is going to be different, Just go do it.
Just do it. That is it. Just do it. Fail. Swallow your pride. Let people make fun of you. Get over yourself.
Wear a Santa hat.
Wear a Santa hat once a year.
It's the holidays.
Talk to one of your boys. Eat some Jerry's Pickles.
That's it, man. You got to eat some Jerry's Pickles.
Rinse and repeat, people. Rinse and repeat.
Boom.
That's